Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Welcome to the Stoppage Time Penalty Show with myself, and to my right is the founder of Independent FC, Coach Barry. How you doing, sir?
Good evening to Bruce. Good evening, everyone listening.
Good evening to Jack, a long-time listener as well. So literally, thank you. Again, thank you guys for watching. My name is Fabrice, as I said before, one of the best grassroots defenders you will ever see. I think I've got a refrain by saying the best. Every single day, I just feel that my powers are just seeping away. So I can't really say that I'm the best, but I am kind of one of like the best anyway. So that's kind of all I'm gonna say. And again, please go and subscribe to the channel. Go and follow Independent. Coach Barry, do you want to quickly talk about Independent FC?
What happened at the weekend?
Just in general, in terms of what Independent stands for, and just something about the club.
Well, the club Independent came out of Accra Football Club from Brixton, which was started in 1983 by Derek Accra. I was one of the founding members of Derek Accra. I was there for 5 years building the club up. We had a great reputation. Many players from Accra went on to be professional footballers and semi-professional footballers. And then I went my separate ways and started Independent Football Club. I started with one team. And to just quickly fast forward, we've built up now. We've got 5 youth teams. We've got 1 vets team and 1 open age team. We've got our own ground, our home, which is Norbury, which is the Nuffield Health Centre in Norbury, where we have all our home matches. We have a community day on a Sunday where we coach kids for free and all the Nuffield members' children for free also. That's really it. The main thing, what we do with the youngsters, we're mainly a development club with the youngsters, so we work with a lot of the professional clubs around. So our main aim is when we reach a boy reaches a certain stage, we've coached him to a certain level, we push him up into a professional club or a semi-professional club so he can continue his career. And if he doesn't make it there, he's always welcome back when we keep training and pushing him again and again. But we're very much a family club, so we don't just work with the child, we work with the boy, his family, and a lot of the times we also we've got connections with his school as well. So we're more like family, education, community. We work in all those fields as well.
Oh, amazing. And again, please go and like, subscribe, follow the Independent Instagram page. So today's show, it could be a marathon. It could be a marathon, guys, just to let you guys know. So first of all, we have Sian Marie. Hopefully I've got the pronunciation right. She's a part of the management team at The Wall. And The Wall, let me not say too much, because again, I think Sian can actually probably explain it a lot more in terms of what The Wall represents and actually what they do. And then at 8:30, we have the first segment of the Vet Show. And then we've got Dean Thomas from West London Vets, and we have someone from the name has gone from me. Aztec that are going to be on the show. And then at 9:00 we have Michael Duberry that we're coming on. And then from there we'll be talking about probably something that's been kind of spoken about a few times. And let me just kind of try and put up the image right now. The kind of charcoal independent game that got postponed. We'll be kind of talking about that later on in the show, probably around 9:45. And then hopefully, if we've got time, we have a special guest coming on. Anyway, enough about that. Let me go straight into our kind of first guest. And before I bring her onto the show, I just want to show you guys a quick little clip in terms of what Sian is all about.
What I don't actually like doing is I don't like saying you did this, you did that, you did this, you did this. Because at the end of the day, we have to stick by each other when we lose. We have to stick by each other when we win. However, there's a big lack of accountability, a big lack of it. Yeah, well, I did make 5 mistakes, but actually I've done 7 good things. But those 5 mistakes could have really f***ed that game. Now, I'm listening to some of the stuff that's being said and I'm thinking, in a nice way possible, you lot are chatting. Because actually, you don't know much. I know as a player, when I go to my FA Cup game tonight, I'm no longer a coach and I'm a player and I'm there to listen. I've never seen such a poor performance from you lot, ever. I'm not going to lie, that was embarrassing and they're not a good footballing side and we got absolutely moved to. The only thing I can say is you've got to learn from this one. My concern now is there's going to be little whispers between players. Oh, well, I think that we should have done this and I think that we should have done that. No, for once, you're actually just going to have to admit, I was wrong today. Now, when we spoke about mentality in the second half, who have we got next week? Lambeth. None of these games are easy. You don't get a breather. You don't get to think, oh yeah, let me sulk for 6 days. You ain't got time. We've got Lambeth next week. Who are going to turn up? So are we going to turn up or not? That's the question. Are we going to turn up or not? We know on the way back, we're going to have to problem solve. And we're going to have to think. We can't allow that to happen next week. 4-0. Since I've been here, we've never lost 4-0, ever. Ever. We've never had a 4-0 gap. I'm not even blaming goalkeeper mistakes, really and truly. There's 10 man in front of those goalkeepers, you know. And unfortunately for keepers, you make a mistake and it costs goals, and the players outfield don't get that kind of grief. Actually, you lot need to hold the grief today. And none of you lot was going to go in goal. When Ted was hurt, none of you lot was going to go in goal. Said he stepped up, bruv.
Sian. Fire. That was fire. That was fire. How you doing?
I'm good. I've even lost my voice from today's game. So
okay.
But yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yes. I am well. And again, thank you for kind of coming on. Wow. I mean, again, so like we kind of met last year at the final at the London Cup. You was doing some presenting. Yeah. But like, I've always heard of your name and I've kind of always seen you on Twitter because like you're very active on Twitter. And again, I don't want to talk too much because of course, like this is literally all about you. But the moment I started watching The Wall, because like, I'm a kind of new member of The Wall still. And I'm like,
it's good to know.
What's this team about? And then literally I saw you and again, like your kind of hunger, your desire and your passion. I'm telling you, it's second to none. So again, thank you for like coming on.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself to like everyone and literally kind of talk away.
I'm Sian. I think that video was enough of an intro, to be honest. But yeah, what am I doing at the moment? I am academy manager at Millwall for the girls. So I oversee the 14s, 16s and 18s. And coaching at The Wall, and I'm a head of youth engagement at a youth charity full time. That's my full time job.
And
so
also,
me.
Yeah, no, I think you're being a little bit modest, and the is it the Ugo Ekiog one to watch? You kind of missed that out.
Yeah, yeah. I got nominated for a Ones to Watch Football Blacklist award. Yeah, so that was good.
Yeah, amazing. And and again, like thank you again for like coming on. So like that game that I kind of put on to the channel, that was a game against Albion, I believe.
Highgate Albion, yeah.
Highgate. And that was a rude awakening for your like guys. And how like do the guys react to you when when you're so straight honest in like that? I mean, do you kind of get any pushback?
To my face, no. I don't know what goes on behind my back, but to my face, no, I don't. I get this question a lot, and I don't actually know how I don't get any pushback. If I do, it tends to be Sian, can I talk to you? Or Sian, can I have a word? It's not I have actually. You know what? No, I'm lying. I have had it once or twice. I have had once or twice players say arguing back with me. It happened once at the beginning of like in pre-season, but that did not go well. so that was when that did happen in pre-season. I was literally like, shut up and listen to what I'm saying to you. So I think most of the time, the truth is that one, the players know I care a lot, and not only that, but you know, I even said it today actually, that the way I see it is that if we're going to argue here, we're family, but we don't take it outside the house. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's all right if we're going to have it out here, but to the world, we're still family. So I will defend them to everyone else, but I'll rinse you in the house, if that makes sense. So that's just how I see it. So I have had pushback, but not often. And if I say so myself, I don't think I'm lying or I'm chatting rubbish or I'm talking out of turn. So I think for that reason, I think if I was talking out of turn, that's different. But what I'm saying, I feel like is facts. And then even when I've calmed down, I still stand by what I've said. So it is what it is, really.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Coach Barry would love to get your question.
Hello, Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Barry. I didn't know if he was going to remember me.
Of course, I met you from reaching the higher with Plumi.
Yeah, I'm still there now. I'm still reaching.
So remember back in the day when we first met there?
Yeah, that went an easy game.
Yeah. Remember I met you again at Water and Ayrsham?
Oh yeah, with Troy. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I know Sean's career. I've watched Sean's career just grow and grow. Sean's quality. When I first met Sean, I saw her running a team like under 15s, and she was just bossing it. And all the shouts. I said, how does this girl know football like this? I've never seen anyone football that can control the team like this. I said, you could always, Sean, when I met you, I knew you was going places.
Thank you.
Just the way you had control. But the main thing, Sean, why people don't say anything to you, because they respect you. You talk sense, you're honest, you're truthful, you do it from the heart, which a lot of coaches don't do it. You coach from the heart. You really love football and you really understand the game. You've been there. So when I saw you, I said, when I see you moving up, I heard you at Millwall, I goes, this girl's going to be England manager one day.
Oh, God willing, we'll see. One step at a time.
I've seen you, I've witnessed you, and I've seen you grow over the years. So I know you've got the capability to go all the way to the top. It's up to you, Sean, how far you want to go, really.
I appreciate you.
I don't say that to a lot of people. I'm saying that honestly.
Seriously, it means a lot. It means a lot. Thank you.
And I'm the old man in the game.
No, but coach, like you seem to know everyone. And yeah, question to you, Sean. I mean, how far do you want to go in football?
Well, I keep moving the goalposts because I wanted to. The dream was always like either an under 18s like youth manager in the pro game, but then I've always thought about being a part of a coaching team in a men's game. And I never really thought about being a manager, but I would quite like to be part of a coaching team. I experienced that at a men's semi-pro men's team. Me and a coaching team done it, and I enjoyed it. I loved it. So I would consider doing that. But then now being academy manager for the girls, which I didn't see coming. So when that got landed on my lap, I thought, would I do that? But just further up the chain. So I think I've got a few, goals that I would like to achieve, but as I keep putting my hands in different pots and different opportunities keep coming my way, that goal keeps changing. So it's difficult for me to pinpoint it because I'm just enjoying the experience. So I think it's just more like wherever it takes me. I just hope it takes me somewhere.
You know what I find interesting? What I find interesting is that Sean's been offered the women's football job. But Sean, you're better than most of the majority, loads of the men's coaches out there. It's funny how they've pushed you into that direction with women when you're good enough to be coaching a men's academy team or under 18 boys academy team. So it's funny how they're pushing you.
That,
don't let them push you in that direction. I know some men go into their women's football and academy to jump up the ladder and then go back into the men's, which I think is unfair. It's like disrespectful to women's football. So I hope they don't push you around like that, and you can more have a direction with your career. Do you understand?
That does happen. No, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, because the thing is that in my opinion, because I've coached both girls and boys and men, is that women or females are easy to coach and hard to manage. Boys and men are hard to coach and easy to manage. So I think that the difficulty is that men find women hard to manage, so they think, let me stick a woman in there. Literally able to manage it. It doesn't matter whether you're female or male, it's still hard to manage. And especially me as Sian, as an individual, I still find it hard to manage, because the way I was raised as a tough, get up and go female. I wasn't timid. I wasn't raised in a very emotional environment as such. My mum raised tough females. You know, if you fall over, you get back up. I was almost raised like how boys are raised. All my cousins are boys. My first friend was a boy. So it was like everything. The way I was raised wasn't. I didn't have that emotional side to me. So I also find it hard to manage the emotional side of a women's game. I understand it as a woman, but it doesn't make it any easier for me to manage. But men think, oh, that's long. Let me just get a woman in there, because it will be easier. Plus the things that come in women's football, you get, you know, dealing with women's just general feminine issues, whether it be periods, that kind of stuff. Men are like, oh, allow that. Let me just stick a woman in there because I don't want to know. Now, the way I see it is that I am not going to solve your problem by sticking a woman in there. You need to understand how women work. Don't put me in there. I'm just a plaster. I'm not going to solve your issue. And my interest is in boys and men. So I'm not here for you to fit your agenda. I want to coach boys. I want to coach men. Plus, you know, as the years have gone by, Barry, at Reaching Higher, we're talking 4 or 5 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago.
I mean, now I see it. The way I see where I'm going now is that I kind of understand I've got a big weight on my shoulders here. That if I do break into the pro boys game or the men's game, I open up a lot of doors for a lot of other women behind me. And at the end of the day, I've got bigger doors to break down. Not that I'm saying that the women's football isn't a door to break down, but as a woman, you're expected to go into the women's game. So I'm kind of trying to do what's not expected. And there's been other women. I know Mary Phillips manages at Peckham Town. So I know that she's probably trying to do the same thing or not. Do you know what I mean? I've never met her, but she's in the men's game too. And imagine how hard it is for her. So, and it's going to be hard for me too, but I'm not, Barry, you're right. I'm not letting anybody put me in a box. That's not really for me.
And don't open the door, kick them doors down, man.
Kick them doors down.
Exactly.
So, we've had a few comments already. I've probably put this one on screen. Can I please get it down to independent? Because certain man need to get that bad up. And then literally someone from the same team said, yes, you're not shot. Listen, Sean, we need you down at independent, because some of the guys, jeez. But I mean, again, it's I think you guys have kind of spoken about it. It's kind of almost like that. Well, it used to be that elephant in the room. It's like, oh, because you're a female, you can't manage like a man's team and like whatnot. And do you feel that, especially at the beginning? Well, even now, do you still feel that you you've still got to over deliver and over perform than kind of some of your other male counterparts that may not have the same amount of knowledge as you?
Yeah, 100%. I think that I've got all the odds against me. Female, young, under 30, just about under 30, but anyway, female, under 30, and mixed race, black, ethnic minority, basically, all the odds are against you. So I feel like when I do go into men's environments in particular, and I'll tell other women this, that I do speak to, unfortunately, it shouldn't be like this, but we've got no room for mistake, because they're waiting as a female for you to trip up. Everybody's, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are waiting for you to say something stupid so that they can say, this is why we don't have women in our game. So you have no room for mistake. It's no different to being a male black coach or a male black manager trying to break into the game. You feel like you have to overcompensate. You haven't got any room for mistake. You have to do everything above and beyond what's expected of you. You could have 10 years of experience and the badges coming at your backside, but because you're black, the doors are shut. So it's no different. So imagine I've got that struggle as well, and being female. It's like a double whammy. So yeah, you feel like you've got no room for mistake. You can't say anything out of line. You can't say anything stupid. Sometimes even when I stutter, I think, Sean, don't do that, because they're gonna feel like you're not delivering confidently enough. So yeah, it's tough, but you gotta know the devil at your door at the end of the day. So you have to know what you're walking into if you're gonna do it.
I'd say, Sean, don't put those pressures on you. Just don't put them on yourself, and don't question yourself. You're such a good coach. Your proof is in your work. I follow the wall as well, and I've watched the way that team grow. You beat my godson's team, which is Lambeth. I weren't happy about that.
Yeah, but that was personal, though. That was personal.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know Kadeem and them.
Nah, don't think so.
They play for Lambeth. But just the way you constructed it, the way it was planned out, the way you knew all about the way they play, the way you won that game, the preparation was brilliant. The way you went up against them, and I said, that is Sean again. That is Sean again. So you got nothing to worry about. You're a great coach. I just think no one can't stop you once they see the quality of your work. No one can stop what you're doing. If they do stop you, everyone will see it. Why is she being blocked? Everybody, and that's what happens sometimes. You can get blocked, but with you being a woman, everybody will see why, because you're such a good coach. Everybody will stand out. Why isn't she there? She's better than, no matter if it's a man, everyone will see you're a better coach than him.
No, I appreciate it.
No, seriously, it happens in all coaching. Good coaches, when they get held back, you've seen it, everybody can see it. When a good coach is being held back to someone else. Maybe it's nepotism and stuff like that. While the other coach is being held back, they're pushing their friend through, or someone who they like through, or he's an ex-pro being pushed through, which you're going to see a lot in the field you're in.
Yeah, 100%. You see it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you see it subtly. When I was at Wharton, it was similar there. I was appointed as the under-18s manager. But I had people above me that would call me, oh no, Sean, why are you playing that person? Why don't you play that person? Or why don't you play this formation? And the thing is that I'm like, the way I've stepped into my footballing journey is I ain't got nothing to lose. I've got nothing to lose. So I might as well just say what I have to say. So if I feel like if I'm gonna get blocked like that or pushed like that in those kind of environments, I know when I was at Wharton, I was saying to said people, I'm saying to them, if you want to come and do this job then, because as you don't trust me, do you know what I mean? As you think that I should play this person or play that formation, I'll step out of the dugout and you come then.
Quality.
Because otherwise, what was the point of giving me the job if that's what you're going to do? So I might as well go home and you can come in the dugout and select the players and talk to this person and let them tell you that they're injured and they're not coming because of this. I don't have to be here. I can leave. So
to breathe.
And
that's what I love about Sean. She's just real.
Listen, I mean,
she's always herself. You're always yourself. Never lose that identity. Never lose that identity. You're you.
It's true. I mean,
don't let people try and change who you are. You're you.
And it was funny because I spoke to Sean probably a couple of weeks ago, and and again, I kind of said that I'm a supporter of the wall, and literally what I love about it is that Sean's there with a hot chocolate there, and she's got a cup, and then all of a sudden it's just bam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're not doing this. Your shit. Well, not your shit. But then it's honestly like, and literally, I don't know in terms of the dynamics of the wall, but like it just feels like you guys train every day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of got that feeling
We
that you
don't
guys
though.
train
We
every day.
don't.
Yeah, I mean,
We
literally
don't train every day.
but like how is that kind of wall family? I mean, literally, what's the dynamics of the whole team?
Well, I mean, they were formed before me, before I came along, and they were doing all right. They was in the Premier Division of where they are now, and then I came through about halfway through the season, and I got brought in because there was a guy that was playing there that was on my level 2 course, and he knew that I was working in the men's game at the time. So they were looking for another coach. There was 2 managers. They were looking for another coach to allow them to manage. So he recommended me. I spoke to the chairman on the phone, and we just gelled. So I came down, watched the session, and they were training during. It was just when we were coming out of lockdown, and what's so funny is that I came into the session so timid, like I didn't really want to step on no toes. I was just kind of watching from afar. And Sace, which nearly everyone knows, Sace came to me and said, he asked me some question like, what do I think about possession-based football or something like that? It was some test, I don't know. So what do you think about possession-based football? And my answer was, I understand the composure of keeping the ball, but I don't like possession for possession's sake. So I think there needs to be a purpose behind the possession, and there still needs to be a level of direction. And then Sace was like, right, that's it, you're in. So he come in, and then Sace and Leon became like almost instantly became like big brothers to me. So it was like, right, okay, yep, Sian, we trust you, we're in, we're going to put you over our shoulder. And then me, Sace and Leon just became like a trio. And there was no question of my knowledge. There was no question of my gender. There was no question of my coaching ability. It was just, do you know what? Come, you're in with us now. And that was it. And then from then, I was taking little team talks, and then it became like the players became like my kids. It's like they would come to me for like, Sian, what do I do now? We need knowledge. Can you help us at halftime? So they just and that was it. And then the family feel was there, and I just made it clear to them that, cool, I'm here to give you information. I'm here to coach. As long as you trust me, I will have your back 100%. And when we lose, I'm going to feel that loss with you. And when we win, I'm going to feel that win with you. And regardless of, I might call you out at half time, but at the end of the game, I still love you. Do you know what I mean? I still love you. I've still got time for you. You can still call me after the game. There's been players that, like I said, in pre-season, we had a game where me and a player were going back and forth, literally like at each other. And I said to him, just trust me. And if you go out and you do what I've asked you to do and it's wrong, it's on me. I will take accountability for that. It's not on you, it's on me, and it's my fault. And I can say, do you know what? I told you to do something and I was wrong, and I will hold my hands up. At the end of the game, I was right. And he came to me, after and apologized. And I said, no, there's no hard feelings. Whatever happened and we spoke about, it's done. We don't talk about it now. Game's done. We've won the game. I don't care anymore. That's it. So we just go again to the next game. So I suppose that's just the general dynamic. I mean, I know this last week we won 3-2, but played so badly. And that's the standard that we hold at the Wall, is that it's not about if we win, it's how we win. And they played terribly, and they know they did. And they had a players meeting in the week away from us. The coach and the managers weren't in the call. They had their own players meeting, and then we played Essidons today. We lost, but we performed so well. Yeah. So for that reason, we'll stick together. And then I know, like, now the managers are in the group chat now as we speak. We're gonna group up and think, right, what did we do wrong? And we'll look inwardly first. And I think that allows the level of family feel, because we know that as managers, we're not gonna think, oh, it's the players' fault, it's their fault. It's us too, and we're in this together. And I suppose that's just like the dynamic of the Wall, to answer your question. A bit long-winded, but
no, I love that. And before you leave us, I've got 2 more questions. Of course, where can people find you on like socials, and also as well, when are we going to see you managing a Premiership team?
In terms of where you can find me, my Twitter name is Sian's Room. And my Instagram name is Sean Marie 93, but I might put that as private. I'm not sure. So you're better off just sticking to Twitter. And Premiership. I got a long way to go. I still need to get my B license. My level 2, because of COVID, got delayed, so I only got signed off in the middle of the year. So I need to get on my B license, and then I'll think about Premiership. But for now, I need to focus on getting the B license first.
Yeah.
Love that. Coach Barry, anything else to say?
No, Sean, just keep going. Like I keep saying, you can go far as you want to go. It's up to you. Yeah.
I appreciate
what you believe in. It's definitely love the energy from the wall. Love your videos. Keep it up,
guys.
Just keep pushing, man.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, people out there, if you guys are on YouTube and whatnot, go and follow The Wall. Just type in The Wall. Like the intro is just like the intro in itself is like, what is this about? Okay, and
it's
then
good, man.
You know, honestly, like I love it.
Good viewing, very good viewing, man.
No, we appreciate it.
Sean, some of the players are very good quality, very good quality players.
Yeah.
what are they? Some of them semi-pros or something?
Do you know what? They're not.
None of them.
No,
really?
Some of them. A lot. Well, I'd probably say about half of them were.
Okay, yeah.
But a lot of the players don't play Saturdays because of the politics. So they just want to enjoy. So they play Sundays. Yeah. So we don't really have the problem of a lot of these Sunday teams. Their Saturday teams are telling them they're not allowed to play Sundays.
Yeah.
But we don't really have that problem because a lot of our players are players that don't want to play Saturdays because the politics is long or the money's not worth it or they're family men. So they just want to chill with their family. Yeah, they want to work, chill with the kids. So they'll come and play with us. A few of them have played semi-pro, or like maybe 3 or 4 still play Saturdays. But most of them are players that they can't bother with the politics. So they just want to enjoy on a Sunday. But they're good quality players though. Very good quality players.
Yeah, they are. Thank you so much for coming on and spending, half an hour with us. And we will connect. And again, we definitely we'll definitely need you down at Independent 100%.
Independent's now got a little place in my heart. Now I know how long you've been around for. So 100%. I might have to pop down on a Saturday morning. Are you at Nuffield still, yeah?
Where's the men's? The men's train at Palace.
So we train at Crystal Palace, and then our home games are at Cold Harbour on a Saturday.
Oh yeah, okay. You train in the dome?
Outside the dome.
Okay, yeah. Well, if I can pull away from academy game on a Saturday, I might turn up. Yeah, just brace them. Just warn them what they might get.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you. I'll see you both soon anyway.
Bless, man.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
No problem. Bye. Dean Thomas, Nana. I'm really, really good. Sean, what a coach! What a coach!
He's a brilliant coach, man. Seriously,
absolutely brilliant. And again, please like and subscribe to The Wall. Please like and subscribe to this channel as well. Dean Thomas, the manager of West London Rams, and Nana, Catford Wanderers. This is the Vet segment part 1. How are you guys doing?
Can't hear Nana.
We can't hear Nana.
Nana.
And
Nana.
We can't hear Dino either.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Are you here?
Good evening, Dean.
You look miserable. Did you guys win today? Oh, yesterday, sorry.
We won 7-2 in the cup. I've got a serious face, so I can't.
Tell him, Dean. Tell him.
Oh dear. And Nana, happy belated birthday.
We can't hear Nana.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. But anyway, Dino, let's kind of go straight to you. So who were you playing today? You guys won 7-2, and that was the London. Was it the London Cup? Or was that no?
Yeah, it was the Amateur Football Alliance Cup. We played West Kensington Kings. We had a 7-2 win. I wasn't there as we've had a new baby, so I was at home helping out.
Congrats.
Yeah, the boys done me proud. 7-2 win.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and again, I think, and again, do you know, like you've been one of like the supporters of the show, like you've like come on numerous occasions, and you know, we have always talked about the like league that Independent are in, Charcoal, you know, to name but a few. Do you still think that people don't put the respect on your team's name and the league that you're in?
No, I don't think they do. Listen, I played for London South when they were Livingston, and we played teams like Sporting Kits, who are one of the best vets teams around in Surrey, and they're in our league. Ascot, who we lost to recently, they're another good side.
Can you hear me?
Yes, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I think, you know, it's like every league in every area. You've got the good teams, but then you've got the teams that are just there for the enjoyment. But at the end of the day, you can only beat what's put in front of you.
But I mean, within your division, I mean, you like, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys will probably win it probably most seasons from now until Kingdom Come, right?
I don't know. Listen, we fought that until we recently played Ascot and we lost 7-2. We were missing players, but still, it's no excuse. We took a hiding and we had to deal with it. Yeah. But then since then, we've come back and we've won our games, and you know, we've played some good opposition. Will we win it? I would hope that we'd win it, but you know, that's why we're in these cups against the other leagues. So, you know, that's when we can do our talking against these teams that say we're in a lesser league.
Nana, again, happy belated birthday. And Darren, you know, Evans has come in and said, "Is this your second birthday of the year?"
Tell Thames to piss off and leave me alone.
Oh dear. So did Capital play yesterday?
We did. In the cup, we're in the semi-final now. We won 5-3. Okay. It was a steady performance. We're getting there.
And this is the League Cup?
Yes.
Okay.
We played Bowl. No. What did we play? It'll come to me.
And did you play the whole 90?
No. I played about 65, I believe.
Cool.
We're 3-0 at half time.
Okay.
Second half, I think 40th, 10 minutes in second half, 3-1. I came off at that point. But there was enough in the squad to see us through. And like I said before, it was slowly gelling. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. You know, in a few months, we've got some few additions to come in the squad. So, I'm very, very confident that we'll do our work quietly, not too much talk, and come end of the season, we see where we are. Can I say though that Fabrice, the picture behind you, that tank top is a little too tight, you know.
I think I look kind of handsome in this, and you know, on that picture actually.
Is it only me? Does not everybody not see that the tank top he's wearing is a little too tight?
Yeah, but you know, no. Why are you looking at my body? Like that's hell
no.
But no, I mean, you know, again, I think I was even kind of talking about this at the beginning of the season, and you know, I think Catford are now, you know, gathering momentum, you know, and I said, you know, Catford would like be the dark horses of the league. I don't think it's going to be this like season, but again, getting to the semi-final of a kind of League Cup, you know, it's kind of all about I'd say installing confidence, isn't it? And like now, you know, like a semi-final, hey, just two wins away for like silverware?
Like we said earlier on, it's you can clearly see the quality in the team, and like any new team with lots of new players joining, you're bound to get inconsistencies. There's no doubt in my mind that we've got absolute ballers in the team, and on our day we can mix it up with anybody in the league. But we need to do the groundwork first. We need to build the foundation, right from the ground up, get the ship steady, and then we can push on to bigger and better things. So yeah, I look forward to the next few months ahead.
Cool. And to Dino, I mean, again, I'm not gonna, yes, I am gonna name drop because certain players, at the elite level, Jody Morris, to name but a few, or to name but one. How hard is it for you, especially with your team, with the kind of ex-pros, ex-international players as well, to kind of get that balance right of kind of having players that have just probably played at grassroots and kind of having that kind of star-studded, liquid that kind of can also seep into the players that have only played at a certain grassroots level?
So I don't think it's difficult at all, because the players that have played at that elite level, they've still got the competitiveness. They want to win, and then the players that have played a lower level, it's still a competitive mindset. That's the thing about our squad. No matter who's played where, they're all competitive. They've all got the right attitudes. They all, as much as enjoyment, enjoyment doesn't come in football if you're losing. So for us, it's all about winning. Even at our age, we still want to win, and that brings the enjoyment of a weekend. When we lost to Ascot, it felt like it had ruined my whole weekend. And at my age, I've lost before, but when you lose the way that we lost, it still hurts, and that's what we've got throughout the squad.
Yeah, fair enough. Coach Barry, would kind of love to get your questions or comments.
Sorry to breathe, sorry, I didn't hear that.
You wasn't listening, Coach.
What?
Coach, I thought Coach Barry had frozen.
I was listening. I'm listening intent, man. Oh boy, I'm just glad for Nana. Nana, you're starting to win now. As your team coming together?
Slowly. Slower than I want, but in everything you just have to be patient. Like I said, you can't put like 7 new members in the squad together and expect we just hit the ground running, and this is what everybody wanted to do, but we all realize now that we just need to calm down, focus, and build the foundations, and once that is done, we can move on from there. And that's exactly what you did. I definitely believe in the process, so I'm really excited to see, how we gel and perform in the next few months.
And Nana, how are you performing?
I'm okay. Yesterday I had a shocker. Like I couldn't even pass the ball. It was horrible conditions.
Oh, it was
and I couldn't even pass the ball properly yesterday. It was one of those days. It was one off day for me. But the important thing is my teammates were there to encourage and help, and we won. And that's the important thing. That we got through to the next round of the competition, which is important. So next week I'm raring to go and make sure that those gaps, those, whether it was lack of concentration, whatever it was, I guarantee is not happening next week. So I'm happy. I'm playing football again, and we go again next week. Look, one game at a time.
I've got a
I'll be on it to Reese and Dean. Dean, you played for Livingston?
I did, yeah.
Oh, what with Phil, GT, and everyone?
Yeah, well, I played under Lloydie and Casco, who now at London.
Oh, Casco, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I was there.
LSU now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember Dean playing about 15 minutes for Independent. Well, LSUB then.
Yeah.
You know, one game.
And what, Nana, what do you think? How good is Dean?
I need to see him more. In that particular game, I heard a lot about him, but in that particular game, he didn't do himself justice, and he probably knows it. I think also because nobody has seen him before, and he came, and obviously the manager trusted him at the time, so he put him straight into
what position? What position?
It was forward, isn't it?
Yes, I'm a striker.
Yeah, it was a forward. I think it was against Long Lane. I think.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, I think we lost. We played all the football, but we still lost. I think it was 2-1 or 1-0, something like that.
Missed a whole load of chances.
I know. But yeah, touches are brilliant. It just didn't click for him that day. But yeah.
And actually, Dino, so literally, and I think there was a question that came in. Are you still playing? And this is from Darren.
Every now and again. I've had some health issues that have kind of stopped me from playing, but I'm over them now. And I played last week for the first time. But then by the end of it, I wondered why I bothered, because I got headbutted in the face going up for a header, and and I pulled my hamstrings. So by the end of it, I was wondering why I bothered.
Yeah, maybe it's the universe telling you something.
Yeah, I love being out on the pitch, so I can't complain.
But so and I kind of ask all managers and coaches and players this. I mean, I guess it's a totally different buzz from managing to playing. I mean, what's the kind of one thing that you love about managing your team?
For me, it's just that not through the different layers of players that we have within the squad, no matter where they've played, just seeing the enjoyment that they get from winning, and the effort that, say, for instance, Jody Morris, he's played in the Premier League, he's well known, but he'll still put in the effort. Jamie Lawrence is a machine at like 50, 51, and he's still doing box to boxes. And it's like, for me, that shows everything about what we've got.
Cool. Nana, I think it's a question to you. Predictions for next week's game against Catford against Cray Wanderers.
It's going to be a tight game. Cray Wanderers are really good. They are quite an organized side. But I'm confident, us winning by 4-1.
Okay. I mean, Cray Wanderers are decent. I think if they've got a few decent players. Well, I think if you guys probably have like the same, I'd say, players that you had yesterday, confidence is high. I can't see you guys not coming out with a victory. But again, funny things can actually happen.
The beginning of the season, I think I did I refereed for them in the friendlies, and I've seen some of the players as well. So they are quite an organized side. They're a really organized side. So it's going to be a really good game, but we won nothing but 3 points. Like everybody, I mean, when the manager puts the details of the game for next week and says who's available, and it takes up to like Thursday before people say I'm in, I'm out.
Yeah.
Now, when the manager puts the message in, within 10 minutes, you get like 14, 15 man saying I'm in. And that's it just shows one, the growth already, the determination, the wanting to be part of this project. So
No. Can I ask now, is it possible for you guys still to get promotions?
It depends on those, the first three, Independent, Sporting, and
I think it's
Blackheath.
Oh no, I think the top two that go up.
Well, in my experience,
yeah,
sometimes the top
yeah.
three have gone.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
But I don't see them losing 4 games. I don't see them or the top 2, top 3 losing 4 games.
Okay.
But I'm concentrating, and I think my colleagues will agree with me. We're concentrating on solidifying our position this season in this league, setting up the team, building the foundations, and then pushing on from there. I have no doubt in my mind that if we keep going the way we're going right now, with the confidence so high, next season, I have no doubt in my mind that we could be in Division 1.
Okay, cool. And to Dino, I mean, I think when we kind of all spoke together on the kind of on the managers show, I think that was the beginning of something special regarding vets football.
Yeah.
And how have you seen vets football change from when we first spoke to now?
I just think that it's got a lot more higher profile. Social media helps. You look at some of the games in Division 1 in your league. Charcoal were getting 200 people at their games, which for vets football is unbelievable. Some non-league clubs don't even get 200 fans at their ground. So it's as much as people say that they talk a lot, they're raising the profile, as well as LSU, the work that you do with independent, and all the creators that we have now within within grassroots is great for the game.
And Nana, same question.
What's the question again?
I'd say from the beginning of the season of the Vets League until now, have you kind of seen say like a difference in terms of coverage and excitement regarding vets football?
With people like you around, there's always bound to be excitement in the league, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know.
You do a lot of good stuff.
I don't know.
You also share a lot of bollocks. So, but seriously, social media has played a massive impact in building up the awareness of the Vets League. Making it bigger. What I would say to that though is that we all need to be respectful of each other. There's banter, and there's us lads wanting to play football, enjoy football. We don't want things to get personal. At the end of the day, we want football to win. That's why we come out of our houses every Saturday to play football.
Exactly.
So let's go ahead, do the bands, whatnot. It makes it interesting. It builds the hype for the games and so on and so forth. But we need to be respectful, and we need to be certain that we are not crossing the line when it comes to personal issues and that. Let's keep it football. Let's keep it strictly football banter. That's what I'll say.
Okay, cool. Coach Barry.
Dean, you're the London Cup champions, aren't you?
No, that's West Fulham.
No, that's West Fulham.
Are you in the London Cup, Dean?
We're not. No.
What do you go in the Surrey?
So we're in the Surrey County Cup. Yeah, we're in the Surrey.
Do you go in the Nationals as well, Dean?
No, we didn't this year, but I think next year we'll look to do it. Last year, obviously, didn't happen with COVID.
Yeah, the COVID, yeah.
And this year we missed the deadline for it. So yeah, we'll look to do it next year.
I was going to ask you, do you think the National is the hardest trophy to win?
You would think so, because it should have the best vets team across the country. So to win that, you've got to beat the best. So, but then there's the Surrey Cup's competitive, the London Cup's competitive.
Yeah.
So but yeah, the Nationals is the pinnacle, I would say, because that's the across the country.
Did you win the Surrey last year?
Again, we didn't end up competing because of COVID.
Oh gosh! Oh yeah. Okay.
So this is the first year. I think we've got our first game on Sunday against AFC Farnham, and then yeah. Okay, and yeah, I'm gonna literally ask the question, and
it's not really an elephant in the room, but hey, like it is what it is. Nana, charcoal versus independent. If someone was gonna put, if I was gonna give you £2 of work, like £2, I've literally worked tirelessly hard. Dino knows how hard I work to actually earn two £2. Who would you put your money on, and why?
Charcoal independent. So obviously, I've played in independent. I know the squad.
Obviously.
I've also reffed charcoal, I think 2 or 3 times. I reffed the game about a month ago with LSUA, and I think I reffed them against Bromelians last season. On the day, on paper, charcoal are a better side. But if independent have the hunger that I know that they have, tell Paul, shut up. If you want to be involved in the show, show your face. If not, shut up. If like I said, if independent turn up with the hunger that I know that they can sometimes have, it can go either way. If the way I see the game, breaking down that game, if independent come out all guns blazing and opening up, they're going to be ripped apart by charcoal because they hold the ball very, very well. They don't rush things. They go in for every tackle. They're physical. They're strong and direct. So the only way I see independent winning is to very solid, compact, and then turning the center backs, because the strength of independent is on the wings and the forward. Dash, Nino, Darren, that sort of thing. If you turn them, there's very few people, for example, who can catch up with Nino when he's running at you. So that's the only way I see independent winning. So on paper, I would say charcoal. But on the day, depending on the managerial setup, depending on the gameplay, it can go either way.
Okay.
More importantly, are we ever going to find out?
Oh, the game it's not been cancelled. It's just been postponed. So it's going to happen
For the second time. Right?
Nobody's gonna.
Getting it. Okay, you know what? I want to ask you like the same question. Who would you put your money on?
Like Nana said, on a one-off game, I think independent are very capable of beating charcoal. But if you were to, I know a lot of the charcoal players. I know the level that they've played at, and they're a good, organised, solid side. I'd have to go with charcoal. But I think it would be a good competitive match. But I just think that they would edge it.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Dino and Nana, thank you for coming on. Actually, well, if like you guys want to stay on the show, I've got Michael Duberry coming on, so please feel welcome. We're gonna go for a quick 2-minute break, and once you come back, we will be getting Michael Duberry on the show. Let me find that advert. Okay, I got it. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. I just want to give a big shout out to Dean Thomas of West London Rams. Please go and follow them on Instagram. And again, big shout out to like you as well, Nana, Catford Wanderers Vets, Catford Wanderers as well. Thank you guys for coming on. And again, please like and subscribe to the amateur football channel. This is where I talk about grassroots football, talk about football, just talk about my own journey, other people's journey as well. And again, this is a platform for everyone. Let me just repeat that. This is a platform for everyone. So our kind of next guest, the headliner, Michael Duberry. Again, thank you for coming on. Before I bring him onto the show, let's see some of his highlights. All wrong. I got it all wrong. I got the ratio of the video wrong. Michael Duberry, I literally cut off your name. Apologies.
Not impressed, man. Not impressed.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sitting in this green room waiting for my moment, and then you know what I mean? Man just like cut me out, but it's all good. It's all good. Can only get better from here, innit? So it's all good, man. It's all good. I'm only joking.
Hey, no into a breeze. I won't count on that.
I can't even show my kids the intro. They're like, "What's going on, man? What's going on?"
How you doing, sir?
I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed. Nice to be here. Good evening, everyone. Yeah. So it's yeah. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Before I start, I just want to say that I think you and I are cut from the same cloth.
Go on.
And so, literally,
what please, shut up to breeze.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Oh my goodness!
I want to hear this. Come on, please.
Every week.
So, like you are a wall, and like you played for Leeds United. Do you know that I was actually part of the kind of Yorkshire amateurs setup there? So literally, I'm literally originally from Leeds. I kind of used to live in Little London.
Oh, see, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So literally, so literally, I know, Gareth Grant,
Granty, yeah.
Oh, see, you know what you know. Listen, okay, I'm not gonna say too much. But you know what? You and I, Mr. Duberry, we are cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
Ricky Kane, Aaron Lennon.
So was you used to go to Fruit Cupboard back in the day?
Oh, see the Fruit Cupboard, Majestics, Corn Exchange. Come on, look, yeah.
The Fruit Cupboard was the one, though. The Fruit Cupboard was the one. It was the one.
Yeah, well, I would say Majestics. All of like the lick parties and
that was of a weekend. The weekend, the Fruit Cupboard. When I first went up to Leeds, like, where can I go? Someone said go to Fruit Cupboard. They were banging out the tunes. It was like it was the one, boy. It was the one. Got kind of a little bit, when it messy in the end because everyone was coming from everywhere. You had Leeds, Manchester,
Wakefield. Yeah.
It was building up in it. Do you know what I mean? And then every man was looking up at the same people as far as man's like testosterone, champagne going. So then it became a place to kind of avoid. But yeah, at the stage, Fruit Cupboard was the one.
Oh dear, no, brilliant. No, thank you so much, Michael, for coming onto the show. I would say for the two people out there that literally don't know your journey thus far, could you please talk to those people?
What, my football journey?
I'll
give it a little. I'll be as quick as I can and skim through to current day. So, born born North London, Edmonton. Caribbean parents. My dad wasn't really a football man. My dad was a horse racing and betting man, and cricket. So the football thing come from my mum, just getting me into football because she had this kid in her house, too much energy. So I went to my local boys club, Enfield Rangers, at 9 or 10. Wasn't the most talented. It was just me getting into it. All I had was I was the tallest, the fastest, and, the strongest. But technically, I wasn't there. So when we did training, it was on a 5-a-side pitch. I was well behind. So just I was just there working my way. I didn't go home. My dad going, "Yeah, you got to do this football stuff." It wasn't that way. And then when Match of the Day was on, my dad was watching Kung Fu movies, and there was only one TV in the house, so he controlled the TV. So that was the way in it. Tell him, "Dad, I watch Match of the Day." Boy, you shouldn't even be up this day. Go to bed. So that was the thing. But yeah, I kept persevering, kept going. So the first year, you get the trophies. Most improved player. Going again. Start developing. All my teammates were local team. There was at Spurs, some of them, but I just kept persevering, worked my way, found my position as a defender. Started off up front, put him up front, the faster one, found position as a defender, got better, improved. Then went to Chelsea at 12, 13 as a schoolboy. Again, there was the England schoolboys there. I was just the kid from North London coming and training. Had to work my way through that. Did that. Improved, all these skills that I talk about now, determination, always having that work ethic. Got my YTS, so 15, it's academy now, isn't it? But back then it was like you left school and the aim was to get a YTS scheme, which is a government scheme, 2 years apprenticeship at football. So I got that at Chelsea, done really well. I signed pro forms after my first year. So at 17, I signed a professional form. Took my mum and dad to Stamford Bridge. My dad was in Ken Bates' office, like, "Boy, this nice, eh?" Do you know what I mean? I actually thought I was going there to get in trouble because I had a disciplinary points. I was going over the top, and they told me I was signing a pro, which was I was getting £250 after leaving school. But I was like, "Boy, you have to pay rent now." Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So I went back home. First thing I did was buy my mum a dishwasher, so I didn't have to do that. We still had the chores to do. So look, mum, look, I bought you a dishwasher. Yeah, I still had to fill it up, but I wasn't. Everyone knows about Sundays, and Sunday pots and doing that. The dishwasher was there. So I went on loan on my first impression to Bournemouth. I made my debut in '94 under Glenn Hoddle. That was going to get to the cup final night 94 against Coventry, Peter Unlove, and who was the other one? Was it Dion Dublin? Might have been Peter Unlove, Dion Dublin. And then I went on loan to Bournemouth. They were in the 3rd division then. They weren't the Premier League outfit or the Championship. There was 2nd or 3rd. Mel Matron, really enjoyed it, wanted to stay there because you just felt loved. Got recalled by Chelsea. I was gutted at first. I don't want to go back there, because you're just a young lad with all these the big names. So then Glenn Hoddle called me back. First game back was against Tony Yeboah at Leeds. Did well there. I was like, "Raw." Glenn Hoddle was like, "Well done, but next week's the real test." So next week I'm playing against Teddy Sheringham, Chris Armstrong. Did well there. Well done, but next week's your real test. Ian Wright and Dennis Bergkamp did well there. That's not bad, but next week I'm saying this guy. If I fail next week, Alan Shearer, Les Ferdinand. So I went through all these tests and doing well, and kind of introduced myself to the Premier League, and then it kicked on from there. This young, getting rave reviews, doing really well. So I was at Chelsea doing really well. Glenn Hoddle left for England. Ruud Gullit become manager. Went from teammate to a manager. Doing all right with Ruud. But he fancied himself playing with him and Frank LeBoeuf, so it was a bit of a battle at first until I convinced him otherwise. We got to doing well that year. I think I was 20, 21. He got sacked. Luca Vialli become manager from player. We got to the League Cup final, first cup final against Middlesbrough. Won that. So I won my first trophy at 21, was buzzing. Didn't even get to celebrate. No open top bus because we had the semi-final, the Cup Winners' Cup, the 3 days later. So there's no celebration. Straight back to work. Get to the final. Win the Cup Winners' Cup final against FC Stuttgart. So 22 League Cup winner and European Cup winner, Cup Winners' Cup. Because then, obviously, back then it was the Champions League, the Cup Winners' Cup, and the UEFA Cup. Now it's just, you know, they got the 3 now, haven't they? Whatever they're doing, confusion. So then won that. The next year, you know, I'm on my holidays, watching the World Cup, France win. Marcel, who was an idol of mine, wicked player. Summertime, they signed Marcel, who played in the World Cup final with Frank Leboeuf because LeBlanc got. So that's my competition. So I've now got to go back in the summer and try and dislodge the World Cup pairing centre halves. That summer we played Real Madrid in the Super Cup final, where we beat them 1-0. Just to say, my record is 3 cup finals, no goals conceded. So I'll just throw that out there for everyone like that. So we beat Real Madrid in the cup final. So I'm like 20, not even turned 22, and I'm already winner of 3 massive trophies. Thinking, boy, this professional life is good. I'm still grounded, but you're thinking, wow, man. Like, then the season comes, and Lucas starts Marcel and Frank Leboeuf, which to be accepted. But in the Super Cup, he played Marcel in midfield because Luca pulled me and said, like, for what you've done, I'm going to play you. Like, I'm going to play Marcel in midfield, but you're going to play in defence. So him and Marcel started, and it was just a battle to get them out. At times I didn't think it was fair because Marcel was unbelievable, but Frank Leboeuf wasn't playing well at times, and I thought, just give me a chance. Me and Marcel, like, you know, the Rock and the Wall, you know, make up my own name, like the WWE like tag team, the Rock and the Wall in the back, man. Come on, play us. And it just, you know, I was getting the appearances, and the funny thing is, like, when you're a sub and, you know, someone goes down, you go out and warm up. Oh, he's gone down, Dube's going what? So without fail, Frank Leboeuf used to go down a lot. And it's like, Dube's go and warm up. So, like, go and warm up. And, you know, sometimes you don't want to go and warm up. You're sitting down. Let me just watch the game, man. I'm not go and warm up. Then he come back in. He's up, go sit down. He go down again. Dube's go and warm up. Sometimes I just sit out next to the ball boys. Let me just watch the game because I'm just like, he's not doing anything. At least if he goes down, I'm doing a stretch or something. He used to go down a lot. And there's one time we was at Highbury, and we was playing Arsenal when I was sub, and Ian Wright was sub. I think he's come back from injury, and I was like, what's going on, dude? He's like, you know what? See him there, like, when I get on, I don't like him. He must have done something to him before, you know, right, animated. Don't like him, you know. Watch when I get on. You know what? When I get on, I bet you he's going to come off injured. My man's a pussy. I bet you. I'm like, yeah, I reckon you're right. And then, like, he must have called, right, go, watch. Right, he went on the pitch about 5 minutes into it. There must have a little barge tackle. Frank Leboeuf goes down injured, and in fact comes off. I'm on the pitch. He's like, I told you, innit? I told you that, boy. It's soft, man. The man's soft. So it's always going down. So from the Chelsea, I wasn't playing, and I wanted to play. I've always said I wanted just to, you know, it could have been there and been on the bench, but I wanted to play. I didn't like just not having a Saturday. And then the offer coming from Leeds. I love what Leeds were doing at the time, from watching from afar. All young boys and, like, you know, young lads that they like that fire is more English. You know, Chelsea becoming more, and they didn't have much with the foreign thing, but it was scanning. The environment just wasn't what, you know, used to. Even though there's a lot of quality people there. You know, I'm 21. I played with Ruud Gullit, Mark Hughes, Vialli, Zola, Brian Laudrup, Glenn, like all these players, like, you know, these players that are name brand from when I'm a player. So I thought, but I need to go and play. So I went to Leeds, loved it. But then I went into sort of similar situation. Lucas Radaby, South African captain, Jonathan Woodgate, like England youngster prospect, good player. There's Robert Molyneux, international. And I went there first pre-season, like, was doing really well, was getting man of the match in the pre-season. And then start of the season, David O'Leary pulled me, said, listen, it's been so close, I couldn't even split them. But for what they've not done for me last year, that's just given the nudge. And I'm like, I couldn't complain because I've been like, you know, privy to that when I was in the Chelsea, like Luke had done the same thing. So I thought, okay, cool, I'll just work my way. Because all I ever wanted was, as long as it's done fair, that's what I signed. As long as it's done fair, you know, I went for £4.5 million in '99. So, you know, then it was like, you know, a huge fee. So all I was saying, as long as it's done fair, I'm cool. I don't mind working, as long as it's like, if I'm playing well, I stay in. If they're playing badly, I get a chance. That's all I wanted. And it was that. So, but when they started, Lucas and Woody, like, doing unbelievably well. I mean, I didn't get like make my debut until about 5-6 games in. I think I did at Spurs. Didn't make my home game debut for ages. But we just signed players. Every player was like 2 positions deep. Then got in the team, done well, ruptured my Achilles tendon. And I done my Achilles tendon when I was at Chelsea, so I've done the other one. And in that time, signed Rio, Dominic Matteo. So now the competition's like even bigger. Rio, England legend, Dom, Scottish captain, Lucas, South African captain, Woody, England international. So I'm coming back from recovering from that and trying to fight for a place of that. And 5 into 2 don't go. So Lucas wasn't playing at times. Woody wasn't playing at times. You know, and you know, it's in that journey. There's no doubt there's the court case that hindered in that as well. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but I was injured at the time, and it was a massive thing because it impacted the dressing room a little bit and impacted my relationship with the fans. So they're not seeing a lot of me playing. Remember this London boy, and I didn't realise till after I signed. Chelsea and Leeds have this massive hatred. So they only see a little bit of me. I'm injured. I'm in a court case. Their homegrown player is in the court case as well, but my impact is going to impact him. So there's a lot going on. So my career at Leeds was start with injury, and you know, but in that time, I'll be honest with you, I improved as a player, training every day with that quality of players. You know, training with strikers, Robbie Fowler, Mark Viduka, Alan Smith, Harry Kewell, Michael Bridges. You know, you're gonna get better every day. And I did. It just I wouldn't have the platform to showcase, because at one stage, Dom and Rio were like unbelievable. Dom on his left side, left-footed, Rio controlling it. They were like unbelievable. I think it was at the Champions League run, and I started in that Champions League run. Well, the first game we played Barcelona, we went to the new camp and got tucked in 4-0. I saw the other day there was a clip on Rivaldo, and I saw the clip where he scored, and someone played it ball into him. He went to shoot and chopped it, and he chopped me, and I was sliding, and you can see when I'm sliding and trying to grab onto the ground to stop me sliding. I'm like, even going out shot, like I'm going out shot. I'm like, but we got a lesson. Everyone thought we was going to be the group whipping boys. We had Barcelona, AC Milan, and someone else. I can't remember the other team. Bertha, some HBC Bertha, whatever it was. So we was like going to be the whipping boys. First time in the Champions League. Got pumped 4-0. It was like, whew. That was the first game. New camp, big pitch. So when they're playing, pop, 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 pop. Clive up front, Rivaldo in behind. So the next game was AC Milan. And then I'll tell you, like, night games, playing the night game was like, I love night games. Ellen Road, Tuesday night, raining. You can tell them Italian man were like, going, what's going on in the tunnel? Like, cold. I remember, like, we're out ready. Like, we had as a young team, we had no fear. So a lot of us, like, have no fear, don't care. Like AC Milan. I always remember being in a tunnel, and my thing was, like, didn't smile. I was smiling if I don't know you. Even if you're mate, what we're smiling for? It's work time, isn't it? It was war. So I never smile in the tunnel, standing there. I had to put my shirt on last in the tunnel, standing there, game face on, just stone face, innit? And I remember, like, Maldini captain, so I'm standing there. So I had to go, like, the captain, keeper, then I have to go behind the goalkeeper, standing there, just tunnel vision, like, ready. And Maldini's turned around to his team, yeah. And he's seen me, he's gone like, Doobs, you good? Man said Doobs, you know, not even like nodding, like, man said Doobs. I'm like, Dubes as well. I'm like, I wrote character in it like, you good, yeah? You good? Yeah, you good? Yeah, yeah. Like, that's Maldini, bro. That's my hero. Like, you good? Yeah, yeah. We'll speak after, yeah. So I remember that. Don't forget that. Maldini said, Dubes, walking out, yeah. Played the game. We beat 1-0. Like that's my best game for Leeds. Like, you know, it was Shevchenko, the AC Milan Shevchenko, not Chelsea Shevchenko. Let everyone know there's two Shevchenkos. The AC Milan one, and alongside Bierhoff, who was them two together was like deadly.
Yeah.
And it was me and Danny Mills centre half, and everyone was out. They was thinking, oh my god, like them two, we're gonna get another 4-0 pasting. So me and Millsy was like, hey, come on, like we just kept him clean sheet. Everyone was there in the rain, no sliding, bang. We had the Leeds night kit on, drenched, heavy, and then both shot, wet pitch, goalkeeper slid it and palmed it in 1-0. But I think that was like my highlight, you know, for personal game for me at Leeds. Didn't quite work out how I wanted to. And with all the troubles the club had, you know, I was one of the players, high profile ones, taking the brunt of it, you know, with the greed, and then with the court case, there was a little fraction of the fans that just made it difficult. Moved on to Stoke, which Tony Pulis had me on loan and bought me. Just rekindled my love for football again. You know, it was like anything like that. The fans just loving me. You know, everyone know, listen, you can have a 10 out of 10 girlfriend, but if she don't give you love, it don't mean nothing. And you go down the road and get the 7 out of 10, and she's like loving you. She's like, she's a queen. So you just like, the Stoke fans just like brought me in, embraced everything about me. You know, I had a home again. And I just got my love for the game and love for football. Stayed there for 2 and a bit years, and then got a chance to be in the Premier League with Reading. So I moved back home. It was really moving back home as well, nearer London, back with the family. And then Premier League football with Reading for 2 years before we got relegated. And then I went to Wickham with Peter Taylor. I wanted to be part of what he was building. It didn't quite work out. And then I moved to Scotland, chance to go up to Scotland with Derek McInnes. I thought, oh, you know what, a chance to play at Rangers and Celtic and sample that. It was about moving away from home, but it wasn't that big a chore. I stayed, put me up a lovely place, and I had 18 months there before I decided, you know what, come back down. Oxford with Chris Wilder, which I loved again. Lovely intimate club, brilliant. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's only got 3 stands. Like, it's a weird setup. So I got the 3 stands, but like lovely club, great fans, embraced me again. And then I had neck surgery a year before my final contract. I had a slip disc in my neck, which meant I needed neck surgery, which scared the hell out of me. Like, but I thought to myself, if I'm going to retire, I'm going to retire fit and healthy. So I opted for the surgery because the whole of my left side went numb. I couldn't even do a press up. Couldn't have my body weight. Just this whole side of the muscle just disintegrated. And I needed surgery. And I thought, okay. And then the man was describing, I went to see the specialist, and he told me about what surgery's going to do. I said, okay. So he was like, you know, they're going through the front because there's no room at the back. You know, we're going to go in and we're going to take your Adam's apple, put it to the side. I went, yo, what you do with my Adam's apple? Like that. And I'm like sitting there like, rah. So I had the surgery. And it was just a battle to get myself fit so I can get on a pitch and do my own thing. And I did that, you know, got back playing, had like a season there, like the end of the season there, wasn't playing so much. And by this time, Chris Wilder had brought some other defenders in. You know, personal pride. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Should I have played? Yeah, right. But that's his decision. And played it out. And then they didn't want to renew my contract, which is fair enough. And then I was like, well, I've got football in me. I want to play. And then I was looking for somewhere, and I went to Hendon with Gary McCann. And I never, you know what, if I'm honest, I never speak about this part of my journey. I just exclude it because I just don't like talking about him or what he was like. But I went to there, and it was only like six or 7 games. I don't know what he was expecting, but played there. And anyone that knows that if you sign a player, if you sign a defender, you have to have the other pieces in place for him to make a massive impact. You can't sign a central defender and go, now sort out my defense, and the other pieces aren't ready and you can't do nothing. You can vocally try and organize, but you can't do anything. You can sign a striker and he can make an impact, because as a striker, he might get the goals. But as a defender, to make an impact that you want the defender, you have to have at least 2 other pieces ready for him to think. I don't know whether he thought, signing you should like short my defense. And I was playing there, and that, and listen, I've got mouth. Someone chat to me, but I'm playing there, and I'm getting like these players going, "Oh, mate, you're shit." Okay, like I don't know, like yeah, okay, that's your opinion. Like like trying to give it like you're gonna rattle me. But I was like, brother, I don't even know who you are and what you're saying and what you've done, but cool. And I want to give it. The referees were being a bit funny, not giving decisions. Like some of you going, "You're not in the Premier League now, mate." That's it. I'm like, I'm not really calling that's a foul or that's a decision. And in the end, I'm like, the effort to reward, it was outweighing. It's like, this is not what I'm playing football for. I'm playing it because I love playing the game. I'm here because I want to help and improve. And we played the one game, and I remember we went far. It was like, I don't know where it was, but all I know, the coach journey was far, 2 hours. That's good. We were done long 2-hour journey, but it just seemed far. And we're sitting on a journey. So the journey was long, 2.5 hours. We stop at the service station. Everyone's getting their jints, the pies and all that and getting on. So I thought, it's far, right? So we get back on it. We go to the ground, getting ready. I've got my ritual, getting ready. I prepare, same way I was preparing for Man United, get myself ready. And then they call him, Dubes, I need to speak to you. So I'm like, cool. I'm thinking he's going to we need to. Man said to me, this is like before going, I need a bit more from you. I'm like, cool, like, fair enough. Like, but what do you mean? Tell me what do you mean. What do you mean a bit more? Like, elaborate, because you're saying a bit more what? You must, I just need a bit more from you. I'm like, yeah, but what do you mean, bit more? You must have, just need a bit more from you. Man, I'm like, now I'm vexed because he stopped me preparing for the game, but now he can't even give me an answer. Need a bit more. I'm saying like, yeah, but what do you mean, bit more? He's like, you know what I mean, need a bit more from you. So when I'm vexed, like, what's this? My face, like, what are you talking about? Some kind of what's going on. So we play the game, we get beat, and I remember being home. I was going, you know what? I don't know if I might phone him up and say, I don't think this is gonna work. Like, I don't know if this is gonna work. So I thought, okay. So then I remember he phoned me, and that day. He phoned me saying, "Oh, dudes, it's Gary. How you doing, Gary? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work anymore. I think we're gonna release you." I said, okay, cool. I didn't like go, why not? I said, okay, cool, no worries. And I left it like that. I thought, that's not a problem for me. It's like, fine, you want to go a different way, doesn't really bother me. But the thing that got me is like, he was a week or 2 later, someone saying, look at this, and sent me a link. He's in the Hendon News saying, to be fair, we've got much better quality than what he has. Bit disappointing and just started gunning me. I'm like, oh, what piece of disrespect. I'm like, and I knew the assistant and knew him. I'm saying, is he serious? Like, there's a little bit of, I didn't have to say to him, like, because he didn't have to say to me, I'm not going to go and hammer him, even though but I thought, and from then I was like, this guy, man, I thought, yeah, it's time. I thought, I'm not going to go searching. Like, I did not love the game. I love competing. Someone goes, you miss football? I miss the game day. I miss match day. I miss Friday night preparing, shaving my head, getting ready. I miss staring in the tunnel, staring at man, thinking you're gonna get it today. I miss the competing. I miss that. The other stuff, well, don't get me wrong, I miss a bit of the running because the belly's kind of swelling up a little bit, so I wouldn't mind missing the training. But the other stuff, no. So for me, it's like to hear getting rubbish from referees and little players. I don't want to keep going to them, where have you played, and that's not my thing. Like, so and I just called it a day, and then just started my post-football journey. So that's really my football journey. It went a bit longer than I thought I was going to go, but stories in that for anyone that was listening anyway.
I love that. That was brilliant, man.
No, that was brilliant. Listen, you know what? And again, every single moment, I literally imagine myself in that situation. So again, this is a football show. So honestly, Michael, thank you. For like really kind of going like deep into your journey.
Yeah, listen, I could have listen. There's plenty of deep stories. There's plenty of thingy along the way. You know, I'm sure conversation will bring it out, and I'm sure scenarios we've all been in, some different, deeper, some different levels. But you know, there's plenty of the journeys that you know I went on and went through. You know, listen, all of our journeys shapes us. Football, you know, we take from life, take onto the pitch to help us deal with scenarios. And certainly my journey through football has shaped me now. My journey, my life education shaped me on the football pitch, for real. So yeah, I mean, there's, you know, when I sit and speak certain things, just going through it, there's scenarios and situations. The Gary McCann one, you know, I don't even like mentioning his name because I'm not really into one to bad mouthing people. I did a podcast a while back, and it was kind of light-hearted but deep, and they asked a question. And to be fair, I'm not into bad mouthing people, but I had to mention a certain manager just because how he treated me. And I get that if we all had 20 names on a team sheet, it might vary in other ways because we have preferences, how we have players. Just maybe sometimes their mannerisms, how they carry themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. And some like, but I get that. But my thing is, sometimes there's not enough in football, is there? Honesty. People say, oh, just be honest with me. Some people don't like honesty, but there's not enough of honesty. And it amazes me that when a player says, all I ever wanted was honesty, but then when they become a manager, how they change, how they become like, I think, oh, I'm going to tell you what you want to know. Like, yeah, I had a manager once tell me when I was at Wickham, he didn't play me. And then I said, like, what's going on? Like, I'm not playing. And listen, I'm not like bragging, but I should have been playing in that team. Like, I don't care. I was my age or whatever. I was the best defender in that team, one of the top players in that team. Man's telling me, I'm not playing your dude. You're too good for us. You can't play it. So I'm saying, yeah, but the 92 other Football League clubs that looking at the team sheet don't think I'm too good for you. I'm not playing. What kind of rubbish is that? You're too good for me, so I can't play you. Making sense that I'm gonna like sit there and go, really? Okay then, like, and you know them sort of stuff where honestly, Sam, to be fair, I'm going a different way. You're not in my plans, so the best thing is to do is for you to look another way. And I said to him, why don't you be honest? You think I'm going to go to the press or something like and start saying what you're telling in here? What stays in here stays in here. But just be open. No, it's not that. It's not that. And I was like, you know what? Like, that's why, again, I think there's 3 managers in my football career that if I saw, and the thing is that Gary McCann, I went to watch my friend's team at Hemel Hempstead. He was managing the team. I saw him, and he walked bottom thingy. And you know when a man was looking at the cloud, like he had a friend in the cloud, like, you know, like. Should I? And I'm not that way, but you know, like we all have a little streak in us, innit? Should I bad him up, like, wait, like, or say something? Oh, nah, man, he's not on my radar. Like, leave him. And like just sitting there, and I just looked. I thought, and like, yeah. So there's about 3 managers that in my time that I don't like speak of them, giving that airtime. It's just like the conversation come up. Yeah, he wasn't good. That's the reason why. He might go and say, "Oh, I was this, I was that." But in my time there, I was Hendon. I was coming in where every man was cutting their socks. I was coming in with socks and go, "Here you go, boys." You know, you couldn't wear at the time they banned wearing the white ones. You had to wear the same colours. I'd be at home and I'd dye like a bunch 20 socks and bring them in and like take my time. Here you go. I was all for the team. Like, I was embracing myself. Didn't think I was better than anyone. About you need to do more. Should have told him about it.
Coach Barry, I'd love to get your question or comment.
No, my main thing, it sounds like Michael had his most problems when he was going lower down in the divisions. That's when he had his main. Sounds like most of your problems came when he was going down lower in the divisions with managers and coaches like that.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think sometimes.
You think they was intimidated by you and what you had done? I think there was in all of them and didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah, I think that because I was getting older, I'm looking a coaching role. And that's my job. And I made it clear to enough of them, I'm not going to coaching. I'm not doing no coaching. I was vocal on the pitch. I help you on the pitch, and that was my thing. I'll be your eyes on the pitch. I wasn't going to coaching, but it's easy to be intimidated. But when I was at Leeds and I had Kevin Blackwell as a manager, he was just he was just like just bitter about everything. I think because his career didn't go the way he wanted to. He just saw he was in football, but then saw the stereotype footballers, young, money, and looked at it that way. Like when I was at Leeds, no one was onto that. We had players that didn't care about people earning money. The only thing was about winning. It wasn't about money. It was about winning, and everyone was about winning. So when he took that approach, when he first came in under with who did he come, Peter Reid, like he just like, yeah, he was just like an idiot. And I'm just being polite. I don't really want to swear up the dance, but he was just like an idiot. But yeah, I think a lot of senior players have it that when they get older, they become a threat because people thinking, oh, you're trying to get a coaching role or take my job. But yeah, I mean, football is full of it. Like there's problems. Listen, I can handle not playing and being dropped and having someone play ahead of me times when I should have played and I didn't. Cool, that's the manager's choice. I don't want to disrespect players by saying I should have played ahead of him because that's, you know, we're all in the same boat. But there's times when I should have played and I didn't. But it's just the mannerism of how people speak to you.
Mike, you think they've been embracing your knowledge, your experience? Look at your career. Look at that. They should be embracing that and drawing all they can from you. You've had such a glittering career. Look at your charisma, your personality. You could turn the whole club around. Why don't they be using that way?
I think, especially when I was at Hendon, I thought I was coming to help, and I always thinking like, you know, again, like you go scenario, coming in like, I'll give the best example I can think of is when QPR signed Rio. They thought we're gonna sort out our whole problems, and Rio couldn't sort out the QPR defensive problems. Him on his own, they needed more pieces around him.
Yeah,
you know, and like Liverpool signed Van Dijk. But the pieces were in place. They just needed that final gem to go bang and light up the place. So
exactly.
Place. So when they signed me, I'm thinking, are you expecting me now to have clean sheet after clean sheet? When I'm saying to this man, yeah, don't go and stay in here, and he wants to run up there, expose the space, and expose. That's not me. You know what I mean? If there's a mistake by me, there's once where a man's going, oh, you should have done it, should have done that. And obviously in the level, like you don't have to watch the thing of saying, that's not the case, that wasn't that. Yeah, he should have done this. And sometimes even his coaching, when I was doing, with one game we played Dulwich Hamlet, Gavin Rose's team, and they can pass, they pop.
Yeah, they can play. They can
pass, they can play. Yeah. They were popping us all over the place. And then that was like, the instructions going, go in there. I'm saying, what are you rushing them for? That's what they want. Like, at least like, sit and let them break us down. Some different instructions. So it was, I just think people get intimidated from the presence. Even though I signposted it, I'm not looking for no one's job. I don't want that. I don't want this job. I don't want to be going to coaching. That's not my thing. But yeah, my thing is you know, just how people talk, and some of the managers didn't talk very well to me, and it just didn't. We just didn't click.
Yeah. Nana, would love to get your question or comment.
Thanks, to Reese, and thank you, Dubes, for your insightful journey. Just a few things. Just want to clear up a few things. So, Reese saying you and him are cut from the same cloth. I just want the viewers to know that the only thing comparable for the two of you is the shape of your head. you have been through. you have been in English international. You have an illustrious career, winning cups. On a massive level, and he gets beaten 9-1 as the captain of the team. The same ball going over the top and beating him 9 times. So I don't want him to be saying that on air ever again.
Oh, Nana, Mike.
Part of his game.
Mike, Nana, Mike.
Yeah.
They both, Nana and Tabrice are centre halves.
Oh, so okay.
They're both centre halves.
Yeah. But
let me before you go on, let me ask you, as centre halves, if I was an alien and I only knew Premier League players, what centre half would you say you play like? Both of you. Nana, what centre half would you say your game resembles? And Toby's the same.
Tobrice.
No, hold on.
I'll say.
Let me answer the question.
No,
don't answer for me.
No. Let me answer the question.
No.
Tobrice, I'll say Titles Bramble.
No, wait. Hold on. No, wait. We're not.
All right, let me answer my question. Yeah,
okay, go on.
Me, I'm a ball playing centre half. I'm good with the ball at my feet. So
yeah.
I'll say, and I love to tackle as well. So I'll say a mixture between Rio Ferdinand and Vidic.
They're both a cocktail of Rio and Vidic, yeah?
You know
man.
Michael,
Yeah.
No,
the tackle, I don't shirk out of a challenge.
Yeah.
I go all in and I can play ball. So
okay.
Toby,
go on.
I would say Sol Campbell. Like strong in the air, strong in the tackle, quick. Yeah, and you know what, and 100. So Nana and I used to play for the same team. Nana is definitely a ball playing centre back. I am quicker and more mobile than him. But again, like Nana's got like a lot of qualities, 100%. But literally, I would say Sol Campbell. I can only got converted as a centre back when I was about 25, 26. So I kind of know how to play in numerous positions. I can also play in centre mid, just like Marcel Desailly as well. So I just
okay. I just wanted to get a vision of like how you both are playing. Okay. I got it now. Okay.
Yeah. Well, moving on. I get my thing that I picked up from your conversation was, some of the issues that you had with your management, and one thing I do agree with you that is communication is key. There always needs to be good communication between management and players, so that you're both on the same wavelength, and that makes for a good squad. That makes for good players wanting to play for management, players wanting to add their qualities to the team. So I really, really get that. What you're saying. I also wanted to just commend you on being a black man, having achieved as much as you've done in the league. I know you're doing some things, made leaders, on the side, and I'd want you to shed some light onto that, so that the viewers can see what you're doing after football.
Yeah.
We need a lot of good black role models, on air, speaking and getting these kids off the streets, because what is happening right now is just.
Yeah, listen, I think like we say on air, I think there's a lot of. Someone asked me the other day about black players and doing more with players, and I think that a lot of black players, they give back to where they come from, and not everyone does it for prestige or notoriety or for press. They just do it and they give back, and I think a lot of it gets undone. I think that the thing is where the problems that we see are aired out so much that the problem is bigger. We all know that, listen, we'd like to see more positive press on young black people, but we do. Like the most, like I was doing a talk the other day, and we have the most positive, like, black young man, forget color, young man the country's seen ages, in Marcus Rashford. Like, whatever anyone says, like the biggest, like, bravest young man that we have in ages in Marcus Rashford, a young black player, and he should get more than what he's done for. And he's taking it, like, not only helping my community, I'm helping people in general. Don't matter what color you are, I'm helping a cause. Raheem Sterling, like how he speaks out and how he speaks. We have all these like massive role models that we have that are not really celebrated as they should do, but we have them. And I think that a lot of players give back in their where they come from, and a lot of them are doing in their own area, whether they're going back and helping their own football club, their own schools. They're doing stuff and helping communities, and not just specifying saying black, but helping communities. And they're saying, okay, I'm doing them more. But I just don't think it's aired, and not everyone does it for the press. They just go and do it and just go and give back. And I think that's a good thing. But we have the most, I think for me, the most Mark Rashford, 21, 22, hero of mine, like in my lifetime, hero of mine to go and do that and then put himself there and put himself out there, like a massive hero. You know, Raheem Sterling, to speak out, like using their platform on a positive, because we look back, my generation and maybe before, would they have put it all at risk to voice their opinion? Because you're always told not to as a player. No, don't say it's too much. Don't say that. And it's not really well received. But using the platform, I've got 4 million followers, then they're going to go and speak to 4 million people and say, this is what it is, regardless of what the backlash is. I'm going to speak my truth. And I think that's a massive positive, what they're doing. And, you know, it is good. And just I believe that there's a lot more players that give back, that don't always sit on a podcast or don't always use social media. Just go and, you know what, I'm now running a business. I'm going to go and give a couple of £1,000 to this, and hopefully that helps ignite, or I'm going to go and sponsor this one. And, you know, I think if it was aired out a bit more, we go, right, that's more than what we thought. I just think people just do a lot more. We just don't really see it. And I think that the press or what we see isn't always positive, you know. And, you know, sometimes we're thinking people to use their platform a little bit more. Some people use it in a positive. Some don't. Some people think they're not doing enough. But, you know, if everyone does a little bit, I think we'll be all right. And I think, you know, the main thing is that we have all these young players that are heroes to white, black, whatever the nationality is. People look at them as heroes. And I think, you know, not just in our own communities or black communities, that they're looked and seen as heroes to stand up for what's right and what's wrong. So, yeah, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. And, so Michael, so again, yeah, you know, I'll kind of, you know, talk about this because literally it kind of affected me growing up in Leeds at that, you know, at kind of, you know, present time. And literally now I'd say we kind of talk about mental and physical health now, but, you know, kind of growing up in Leeds, and, you know, again, you kind of briefly, you know, talked about, like, in terms of the kind of court case, it was very high profile, and like my kind of own experiences with the team that I was playing for at the time. Of course, it was a drip down effect, and, you know, of course, Leeds were kind of tarnished with kind of like a lot of bad like press, and like we had scouts, we had coaches there, we had players as well that really didn't know what was going on. And, you know, you kind of spoken openly about certain things that happened and literally how it kind of made you feel in terms of your kind of mental and physical well-being, in terms of the opposition fans. How did you cope with that stress, and literally could you switch everything off and literally go home and literally live a normal life? I don't know what a normal life is when kind of something like that is happening, but again, we kind of talk about mental and physical health. I mean, how like were you feeling at that, you know?
It was tough, you know. I'd say this is like, you know, we luckily that mental health is brought up, but back when you're growing up, you just had to be, you know, told to toughen up, and you didn't know about depression. You're just sad. Do you know what I mean? You're sad. Come on, you know, anxiety. It's just nerves. Come on, you're all right. So there wasn't enough knowledge. You just told them 2 words. You're sad, like, come on, or you're nervous. It's not anxiety, you know, you just, you know, and the whole thing of man up. So when I went to court, and it was a tough thing because, you know, in court, Woody was my best mate. You know, I've made some great friends at Leeds, and it was like, you know, it was just a really, really tough case. There was one bit where I wasn't allowed to speak to anyone because I was still on the stand. So I had to say whole week I won't speak to no one. So when the court case was dealt with and finished, going to every stadium, being called grass, you know, at school, like, so what, like, you're grass, not grass. It's like, man would want to fight. I'm not grass. We call me grass. Like, you're called a grass. you go to away stadiums and the home fans are singing it, and in fractions your own fans. So when you're going to warm up, the whole stadium is when you're going to warm up, you're called a grass. Touch the ball, you're grass. It was tough. Like it was tough. Could I block it out? I could block it out, but you heard it. Could I concentrate? I had to. Going home, I was getting death threats from every football fraction there was, sending me death threats to the club, and I had a police alarm. So by my bed, I had a button. Press it if you feel not safe. And I didn't live in a gated thing. I lived in a community in Rothwell in Leeds, and that it was like, everyone knew where I lived. You can come to my door and, hello. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even know there was no ring doorbells then, was there? There was like no, it's in your mobile phone going, no, I'm not home. Do you know what I mean? So it was just exposed. So yeah, I was just sitting there. Did I get through it? Yeah, like most things in it, I had to. And my thing was, I didn't want all of that to stop me doing what I want to do. I didn't want them to stop me doing what I want to do. So I got through it. So there was no me looking at my mental health, because all you knew then was sadness, isn't it? Like sad, get through it. Like got this. So you just train to as a footballer, from say 13, you get into that football world. You're just trained that the one thing you do is being able to focus and block out the noise, block it all out, concentrate on what you're doing, block it all out. Fans, you block it all out, and that's what you train to do. It's like you train to just block out noise. Some are better than others, and it's only when people retire they talk about how stressful it is, how bad it is. Not too many players back then spoke about it in the middle of it, and only now we're getting top athletes saying, "Well, I need to look after me." But it's because there's been a safe environment and safe thing. But back then, you just got through it. The football dressing room was a bit ruthless. What you can't have a bit of banter. The sort of the word banter, which just sometimes is just a smokescreen for bullying. Or I'm just going to take the piss out of you and say it's banter if you start crying. How do you banter? Come on now. So there's a lot. But for me personally, yeah, I got through it because I wasn't going to let no one take away my focus on what I wanted to do. And at the same time, it's like, yeah, I had to get through it and I wanted to get through it. Was it tough? Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing I always say to people is whatever my decision I made, and it was difficult having to speak out against a friend of mine, good friend of mine. But I had my family and close friends, small circle, that said to me, what you did was right. So whatever 30,000 people said, it didn't really matter to me, because those said to me, what you did was right. If they'd have said to me, if I'd have went the other way and then not said anything, remember, not saying anything or telling the truth when I got to, might have put me in prison for 18 months. And that was just, my part was just not telling the truth at the beginning, and then not to tell the truth again, 18 months. I'd have been like, family stupid. So what, just so I wouldn't have got called anything? I'd have been to a football stadium, they'd have called me another name and would have made some song about prison or something else. So that bit don't bother me, because as long as my family and my close friends said to you, what you did was right. And I walk down the street of Leeds and sometimes a little bit apprehensive, because you're thinking, from all the letter, you're thinking, is someone going to say something? Most people go, you know what, I just say something. And you're thinking, yeah, no, what you did was right, man. Like, hold your head up high. Thank you. So I say this, 90% of Leeds fans are like, what you did was right. Like, don't ever be embarrassed. Thank you. Like, don't worry about that. The other 10% will be your social media, the keyboard warriors that might say something, look at you grass, and they don't know anything and all that sort of stuff. So as long as I had the backing of it, got me through it. Was it tough? Yeah. When you're getting death threats and, that was a first. Like, death threats? Like, bloody hell. Do you know what I mean? You get death threats at school, I'm going to kill you. Like, you're killing anyone. Like, do you know what I mean? You can't even beat up him. Do you know what I mean? So but this was like real. So, and it was all football firms, and so you go on away game. It wasn't nice if I went to a away game and I was on the bench. Sometimes I say to the physio, don't tell me to warm up. I'll warm up when I want to warm up. Yeah. I say, listen, don't tell me to warm up. I'll warm up when I need to warm up. Like, going out there when you every 10 minutes and I'm getting booze. No, I'll tell you when I'm going out there. Like, I'm going out there every 2 minutes. The worst one was, I'd say the worst one I went to I think it was Cardiff, and it was like relentless, and I had the whole stadium singing in sync, like about grass. It was horrible. In the end, I said, I'm not going out there. If I'm going on, I'll stand here, warm up, and I'm going on. I'm not going out there. Not that I was frightened, but going out there just to abuse it, like get abuse from them. Not doing that. So yeah, it was tough. But I pride myself on being resilient, determined, like that, you know. So it was tough, but yeah, I got through it.
So Mike, didn't the club give you any sort of support?
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones that helped. We put we had club security.
Yeah,
they linked with the police, liaised with the police, and put the security in the house. But that, you know, that was it. There wasn't much more. There wasn't much. There wasn't no like I think we look at the lens through the lens now with all the mental health and what everyone's doing now.
I mean. Yeah.
But then
nothing back then.
No, it's like, you know, there wasn't no talk about mental health. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. But we know that question needs to go a little bit deeper in what it is. But I'm all right. Cool. And the worst thing through the time was I was injured, so I didn't even have football as my escapism. I was rehabbing, which was worse. So I remember Bo used it and was excelling. Woody didn't excel through the time. So people deal with stress different ways, isn't it? You know, like that story about, you know, you put the 3 elements in hot water, the potato, the egg, and the coffee, and how people just react differently. And Bo just excelled where Woody didn't excel too much. You know, it obviously stressed him more. And I was injured. I didn't have an escapism. So I was just like rehabbing, which was just like depressing. So I've had my football taken away and I've got to deal with all this sort of stuff. So the club didn't do too much, but I don't think no one knew how to deal with it. Like, it was all new. It was like massive court case that just exploded and everyone's like, rah. So I don't think no one knew. We just had security, a number like that they come, and, you know, away games we had always had security with us anyway. But yeah, I don't think no one knew what to do.
Thank you, Michael. And you know, I'm very conscious of the time. You've literally been with us extra 50 minutes, so thank you so much. But before you go, so your kind of next chapter in your journey now, and again, this is kind of something I'm really kind of excited about. And literally, I see like the background banner. Could you kind of briefly talk?
Yeah, so
about
I'll do brief. Made Leaders is my own company. Like when I retired, I qualified as an executive coach. So now I can go into your Barclays, your HSBC, and talk to the top CEOs and give them help on setting goals, bettering themselves. You know, people say life coaches, but I'm an executive coach, so I help them setting goals. And setting goals is one of the things that people undervalue. As sports people, we set a goal, you know, beginning of year, clean sheets before a game, 2 goals. So, you know, I set up my company. You know, leaders are made, not born. I believe so. I believe it's a set of hard work. We all have attributes, but we all know, you know, talent plays a small part. You know, you have to work hard. There's so many different elements you have to do to become elite. And now I specialize in elite performance. So my thing is speaking to people, whatever the professional industry, and getting them to be the elite of their professional industry, becoming elite performers, because obviously it's something that I know well. You know, the mindset, I know how to get it. I know how to do how to program. So that's what I do now. And also, I just set up a community interest company called Made Leaders Next Generation. And that's just geared towards young people, helping young people. And that's really to go into companies that want to give and fund programs to young people that help them become the best version of themselves, help kids that maybe be in environments that might not have the opportunity to excel, have the same opportunity as someone in better environments. So I'm just here. I have Made Leaders where I'll go and speak to the top brands and businesses and help individuals and teams through whatever they want to do. Someone says, oh, we want you to come in and talk about leadership. And all I speak from is the experience of football, how me being with Reading will let me understand what makes a good team and a bad team, because the same squad of 20 players got 8th in the league and the same next season got relegated. And why is that? What makes a good team and a bad team? And using the same. So I only use football as my barrier because sports and business are so interlinked. Do you know what I mean? Pressure, small margins, change. So I only speak from that, and it's a different perspective. I'm in a competitive world where people go to uni and study, and people come from the HR background. But I just use what I know, and it's a different mindset, but it's a successful one. You're in the. I say to them, if you're in the top 0.01% of your professional industry, what would that look like? Do you know what I mean? So because that's what I'm giving you. That's what I'm going to give you. The mindset of someone that's in the top 0.01%. And if they're in the top 0.01% of their profession, sometimes it's a CEO or the managing director. It's the top. So if they really want to improve themselves, they're interested, they listen. So that's what I do next. Made leaders. So I'm always looking out to help people, to next generation, to help youngsters, help them better themselves. Work with a couple of academies as well, giving little talks to them. Always looking to help and give back. So that's what Made Leaders is about.
Wow, amazing.
That is brilliant.
No,
Michael.
That youth company, that's a charity, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, so yes, it's a non-profit. Good interest company. So yeah.
Charity,
Yeah. So I'm looking to get some companies have the funding and they want to help, and just working with that and just trying to get access to help young kids, like and programs and speaking and there's so many different ones so that's why that was set up to help get into there, help youngsters and just help them have the opportunity just have the best chance to be the best they can be, and that's all we're trying to do. Do you know what I mean? And there might be someone in there that might be an actor, a musician, or CEO. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, amazing. Michael Duberry, honestly, thank you so much for spending an hour with us talking about your journey and
no problem. I just want before you go, I just want to say, Nana, you only wearing that shirt because you got the 1-all draw. Because you're lucky, you nearly got felt up today. I just want to
say, you don't even know. Like, win, lose or draw, them two, they know.
You wear that shirt, yeah?
Them two, they know. It's united for life. Yeah?
No, man.
You are babies. You are just start now. Them Chelsea and City, and you are just starting to win something. So you're feeling pompous, isn't it?
Bro, look, listen.
When the Liverpool men talk, I can appreciate that. I can understand. Yeah,
you're going to be like Blackpool. Them clubs that used to win stuff ages ago still go on like you're going to be like that soon. You're not winning enough. Like you're not winning. And I just say before listen. You're only.
Who do you support? You're from North London. Who do you support?
I'm a Chelsea man.
Okay.
The reason I'm North London. The reason I'm Chelsea is because growing up, my dad didn't have the football thing. So even though I was around the corner from Spurs, I was like, I had a team. So when I went Chelsea, that became my team.
Yeah, that became the team.
Man United only bought Ronaldo because he got sucked into the City rumor. You panic. Oh, we buy him. You didn't need Ronaldo.
Listen, Ronaldo can turn a game around on his head.
I believe he can, and he's a star man. But the only reason you got him is because you got sucked into the Man City rumors and you panicked.
He was never gonna go City, even
you didn't need to buy him. You didn't need to buy him.
Listen, he's good for the squad.
Listen, he's good for the squad, and he's good. But the same way. Listen here, the players will learn off him. But there's a part where he's still blocking. He's blocking a few coming through.
He is. But you know what?
For you though, like Chelsea number one for over the last 10 years. They've used foreign players over and over again to get where they are. So that's football for you. People want to win, and they want to win now. Yeah. Ronaldo, I believe any team in the world right now would love to have Ronaldo in the starting lineup. Because I
don't think any team would have took him because it doesn't fit. I don't think any team would have took him.
That's Cristiano Ronaldo, man. It's CR7.
Not everyone.
You know what? You know what, Michael? You know what? You've literally just summed it up. Ronaldo doesn't fit just like how that Man United top fits like a vest on that.
Yeah, look at the picture on the side. This is much better than that. Hide this on the side.
Well,
Michael,
listen,
honestly,
next time I come on, we'll have a football debate.
100%.
Yeah.
No,
Real
definitely.
Yeah. Listen,
Michael, honestly, thank you so much. And yeah, I will kind of literally definitely be like touching the kind of next couple of weeks. And again, wishing you and your family a happy Christmas. And a
all the best, man.
Yes, we'll see each other soon anyway, for sure. We'll have a little something. Listen, next time we get Dino on, Brian Dean, get me on as well. any other ones, like, do you know what I mean? We'll have a little a Christmas little thing anyway. So
yeah.
We'll have a little something. Right, listen, gentlemen, been a pleasure, man. Stay safe, and we'll speak soon.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Cheers.
He was brilliant.
What a legend.
Really good, man.
What a legend. And again, thank you to Michael Duberry for spending an hour and a bit. So like the next segment up, and again, Nana, thank you again for like coming on. Sorry, I have to take you off because again, this is going to be another segment. And again, Nana, thank you again. Representing Catford, you're representing
Nana, happy belated birthday, man.
And happy belated birthday. You know,
yeah.
I don't know.
And you got the win. And you got the win on your birthday. And you got the win. Brilliant.
Oh yeah. It was a good day. It's a good day. Yeah.
There you go. So Nana, thank you so much. And I will like speak to you soon.
No worries, bro.
Cheers.
What's up, guys?
All right. So again, thank you to everyone that's been tuning in. I said from the beginning this is going to be a marathon show, and I think we're only halfway in it. And then we are 2 hours deep. So all right, let me kind of this is going to be like the next segment. Please like, subscribe, share. I'm kind of looking at I don't normally do this, but I'm like looking to actually do this. Click that like button. I'm kind of looking at at least 10 to 20 likes. So as you're watching it, please just click that thumbs up button. It kind of helps me out. It helps the algorithm, and of course, I want this content to kind of go out to as many people as possible. So just go and click that like button. I'm kind of looking at 10 to 20s. That is very, very, very low because again, this is like the first time that I'm kind of saying this. But again, please go and click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Okay, well, now we move on. So I want to introduce Ray, who's the manager of Independent, onto the show. How you doing, sir? Oh, we can't hear you.
Ray, can't hear you.
Yeah, sure, I'm good. Let me just start by good evening, everyone. Let me just caveat, I'm on a train at the moment, so I may be coming in and out. But I didn't want to kind of cancel, as it's been said a few times. So
okay,
I thought I'd come on regardless.
The reception's not the greatest. I think it's frozen.
Yeah, if I do go, I'll be back. Good evening, T. Good evening, T. Good evening.
I think you're frozen again.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You are kind of literally coming in and out.
He's on the train. That's right. He's on the train.
Yeah, he's on the train. But Ray, I mean, let's go straight into it. And like we will literally catch as much as we possibly can. The Charcoal Independent game. We were supposed to play Charcoal yesterday, but it was postponed. Let me not talk too much. Ray, the floor's all yours.
Well, the first thing I'd say, I'm amazed how much interest there is in the game. And I'm quite humbled by the way that people are interested in it. I want to see it. But yeah, unfortunately, one of our players had COVID and he had been at training and mingling within the group. And as far as I was concerned, I felt it would be irresponsible. for me not to tell the organisers that happened, and under normal rules. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, can hear you.
Oh, has he gone? Yep, I think it's frozen. Again, this is kind of something that I think Ray would want to talk about. So there's really nothing that myself. Oh, you're back? Yeah, sorry. So
yeah, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, where did I get to? Where did you hear to?
You got to, and he said there was a player that like had COVID, and like you kind of told the league because you didn't want to put anyone
So I told the league
in danger.
Yeah, I sent them a copy of the test confirmation, and I didn't want to put anyone at risk. From the rumours I was hearing, there was going to be a lot of spectators there, obviously with families, and I thought it was irresponsible not to do so. As much as I wanted to play the game, we wanted to play the game. At the end of the day, health comes first. You don't take risks with that, and it is what it is. So if people want to use that as a source of humour, as a source of sending out fake news, I can't help that. I would have hoped for a little bit more maturity, considering we're vets, but I can't legislate for what people do or say or what people want to follow. I just think come the end of it, we've all got families to go home to, and that's the bigger picture. So that's the reason why this game was cancelled. I just kind of want that we've cancelled multiple games against these guys, and it's not the case. So we had a friendly at the beginning of the season arranged with them, all arranged and confirmed. And after the first interview, where Black Cock kind of got under the skin of the charcoal manager, we drew them in the cup, and then he cancelled the friendly. We were still up to play the friendly because so all part of pre-season, and they cancelled that one. Then the cup game, as everyone in our league knows, you're only allowed to enter in 2 competitions. So we entered the London Cup and we entered the Beckenham Cup, because when I spoke to the team, everyone was excited to go again and try and win it for a third time again and retain it. So we took the choice to enter into the Beckenham Cup, and that meant we were withdrawn from the League Cup. So people keep saying we cancelled against them. No, the league said you can only enter into 2 cups, which to me is logical. It's funny how he's decided to go along with that narrative, and he's come out of that same cup that he said he wanted to win, which he felt the Beckenham Cup was too small for them because they were too good for it. But now all of a sudden, that's their primary focus at the moment. So it's quite surprising that no one else has had the common sense to say, hold on a minute, you've jumped out of that cup to go into a cup that you felt was beneath you, and now you're chasing a Div 2 side to play them. It doesn't compute to me. But again, I leave the sheep to follow the sheep. We do our own thing. Whereas the name says, we're independent. We do what we want, and we just keep going.
And regarding because again, I had crazy amounts of DMs about independent bottling the game, certain, it's not a conspiracy, but like it is what it is. And again, on kind of social media, a lot of things were like put out there. What do you think about all of the stuff that was put out there on social media?
I kind of don't pay too much attention to what social media says. I mean, really and truly, for me, social media should be something that we use to enhance our life and have fun with. It can be used as a business tool, but that aside, it's a bit of fun. When we're online, to me, I just look at it as a way to get the club out there. Obviously, it's my good friend Barry's club, so everything we do, we try and be respectful, and we try to enhance the name and promote the game that we all love. Sometimes you get people who, as I said, I think are a bit irresponsible, almost a bit childish. And I think there's a time for banter, there's a time for laughter and joke, and there's a time to be serious and sensible. And there's a time to show some respect. At the end of the day, I'm a firm believer in banter. I enjoy it. I love it on the side. Nobody sees me on the sideline. They know I'm all up for it. But it has to be based in truth. If you're basing it in lies, then to me it's just lies. And that's the bit I don't like. And the thing is, what kind of got on my nerves a bit, throughout the whole process, I messaged James, sent him a message, sent him a copy of the proof. When I emailed the league, I included him on it.
Sorry, hold on. So like James has got the person's results as well.
Yeah, he got it. So I sent it to him and showed him the proof, because what I didn't want, because we had a conversation in the week, and I felt it was a man-to-man conversation, and we had a chat, and yeah, I thought, you know what, I didn't want him to hear secondhand, or I didn't want it to seem like, I didn't want him to not get the full story. So I included him in the text message. I included him to my email to the league, to which he never responded at the time, and I just wanted to keep him in the loop. And then I go on social media and see all this nonsense that we've bottled the game, we don't want to play them, and blah blah blah. Then,
so Ray, who's that from? On Charcoal social media?
Yeah, it was on Charcoal social media. So then he sent me a message saying, "Oh, it's all banter, it's all this," and I told him I'm kind of disappointed with it, but it is what it is. Anybody who knows me knows I don't run away from anything, and my team don't. We've never run away from anything. And the bit that makes me laugh, the game has been postponed. We haven't. Oh, it's all right. No, sorry. Yeah, the game it's not got rid of. We're still gonna play them. We're still in the cup, and once we get a date, we'll play. So it's just, I suppose it's a narrative, really. It's just something that he wants to do. Maybe he's got time on his hands and he just wants to put that out there. But I think with Vets football and with all sorts of football, you don't try and, tarnish someone's reputation for cheap humour. That's the thing. If you're going to banter with someone, you banter them. The thing is, when we play the game, if they beat us and they come online and say, yeah, we beat you, blah, 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 that's all banter. You enjoy that. You love it. You take the rough with the smooth. But what they've done, in a way, is almost tried to tarnish the name of our club. And that, I take that seriously. I don't take that as a joke. That's not funny. So maybe he didn't mean to do it. Maybe even I heard a comment from Dean earlier on, which I didn't really like, because Dean knows me and Dean knows our club. So for Dean to sit there and say, they've cancelled 2 games, are they ever going to get the game on? It's kind of not what I really wanted to hear. But I'll put that down to baby brain. He just had a beautiful daughter, so maybe it's just baby brain why he's done that. So Owen, congratulations to him. I did message him, but yeah, it's things like that. It irks me. And then to move on. Well, sorry, no, you carry on, to Bruce. Go on.
No, I mean, again, like I think if, well, of course, that the league needed to know, and if Charcoal and James needed to know, and hey, you know what? I mean, I've like seen a lot of the stuff on social media. You know, I've been tagged in a lot. I've been DM'd a lot, and you know, then again, Ray, like you said to me when I kind of put out a post in terms of I want the Charcoal manager and the independent manager to actually come on. You just, you know, called me straight away, said, "Yep, I'm coming on," and literally, that was it.
We've got nothing to hide, to Bruce. I've got nothing to hide. I found it a bit disappointing that he didn't come on the show, to be fair, because I'm a man, I don't like talking when someone's not there to defend themselves. I like them to be there so that he can say what he said. If there's anything I've said which isn't true and accurate, he can then challenge it and it can be done there and then. So I was kind of...
But Ray, did you really expect him to come on the show?
Well, no. Well, you know what?
No, actually, you know what? You know what?
I must admit.
You know what? Personally, I thought he was going to come onto the show because literally, I've kind of said on numerous occasions, this show is for everyone. You know, it's kind of not.
But to Bruce, you've invited them several times and never come on the show. The couple of times you've invited them to come on the show, never come on the show.
Well, I've
I
heard.
can't force people to. I can't
The
force
thing is-
anyone to actually come on.
Yeah, but my original, what I said originally was, did you expect him to come on? No. For me,
and I
no.
get you, and I do hear you. But then, as I said, Barry, this to me isn't. It's a game that he obviously wants. It's a game that he's obviously looking forward to.
I don't think
So
we
I
should
kind of
buy it.
expected.
I don't
You
think
know
we
what?
should buy it.
After this interview, I'm not responding to none of the nonsense anymore. At the end of the day, I can only banter with people who can banter in a way that I see as fit and proper. And he's obviously not one of them. So I just got to leave them to it. So they can post whatever they want to post. As far as I'm concerned, I look at it this way. Everyone who's been asked a question has always said, oh, they're Div 1, so they should beat Div 2 and blah, blah, blah. If you're the bigger team, if you're the ones who's the favourites, why are you worrying yourself with what a Div 2 team is doing? Why are you coming to our games and sending scouting reports and getting videos and checking in and seeing what we're about? To me, if I'm in their shoes, I don't really worry about what a Div 2 team's doing. They can do what they want. I expect to beat them. That's why we haven't sent anyone to watch them. We've seen what they're about. We know what they're about. And on the day, I believe my team can beat any team in front of them, any Vets team. So I expect a very good game. I expect a game where it's going to be exciting. I hope it is a big crowd. This whole supposed atmosphere that we're going into, I can't wait. I really can't wait. Because I'll be honest with you, my team and me, we're in uncomfortable positions all the time, every day. When you go to buy a bottle of milk, you could be in an uncomfortable environment. So they can have 100, 500, 600, whatever the number. Only 11 can play. Only 11 can be on that pitch. So as long as their behavior is proper and they're behind the lines supporting their team, I don't care. I'll smile at them. Crack on. But it'll be a very good game.
Sorry, I just want to kind of because I'm kind of looking down at the comments and I'm just trying to read them through and like there's been conversations, but I mean there's kind of one thing that I personally just want to address, and I'm gonna kind of pull it on screen because actually I'm not gonna hide from it. Football Man has said, okay, I think he's talking about when James, why like James is not on the show. So Football Man has said, why should he come on the show? The show is independent, strong every week with him Klopp talking rubbish. I think. Now you have 3 independent reps on the show. Joke. So literally, I just want to kind of just go through like the whole thing. So literally, when like the show started, everyone like knows that I play for independent. Like it's like it's not a secret. It's kind of not a secret. So literally, I want to say at this kind of present moment in time, it was Coach Barry, it was Ray, it was Paul, it was Jamal and Nana, because like those guys looked at the show and said, you know what, we're going to help you form this show. I've always said from the get-go, so whoever this Football Man is, if you've got my DMs, DM me. I've said this numerous occasions. This is an open platform. Mm-hmm. I've got a WhatsApp group with different people in that literally could come up, that like actually could be part of the panel. So this is not a closed, independent show. The reason why you said Klopp, or I'm gonna say Paul. Paul comes onto the show because he kind of wants to talk about Vets football, either independent or like the teams. And hey, you know what? Love him or hate him, he's gonna be around. And like I don't force him onto the show. I don't force anyone onto the show. So Football Man, whoever you are. Hey,
to breathe.
Wait.
One second. Why are you explaining yourself to someone who doesn't know who it is?
That's what I was going to say.
Okay, it's true.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, but it's true. But again, I think what it is now, as the show's getting bigger, of course, people are going to have their own opinions, and literally they kind of see an independent run show.
Sorry to cut you.
I'm the host.
I'm worried. But sorry to cut you, Therese.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
I'm conscious of the Wi-Fi. No, but the reason why I said I agree with Barry, you shouldn't defend yourself. Look at the evidence. You've had a variety of people come on the show. Every time another team comes on the show, you treat them with respect. You give them a platform to put their views out. You give them a platform to say what they want to say about their club. And at the end of the day, you don't need to defend it. All you got to do is watch the back catalogue. If they don't like it, don't come on the show.
All right, okay,
it's that
cool.
simple.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
The thing what gets me,
Ray,
it wasn't
the issue before.
What is this?
It wasn't an issue before, was
He's used your platform. He's used your platform before to get messages out there. He's quick to message you quietly, like on a DM, and get you to put things out on your show. So if you wanna utilize that on a DM side, have some guts and come on the show. Speak up.
And
I don't see why not.
And literally, I just want to say as well, like I've had James on the show. I've literally interviewed James on as in on on a kind of one-to-one basis, and literally it was a good show. So kind of literally whoever this person is, and you know what, I think he kind of got me slightly triggered.
He did.
Yeah, kind of literally I shouldn't be explaining myself, but it's the fact that someone can kind of come on and literally talk like that without me like talking back. I don't like
you know it is, Tabriz. It's internet trolls, and that's the way I see it. That's the part of social media that is a dark part. You're gonna have someone sat down with the phone in their hand, typing, and you just have to accept it. It is what it is. It's a part of life now. And the more you allow it, if we feed into it, the more it absorbs so much of our time. Like I've spent how much time this week talking about this, talking about what's gone on. I mean, thankfully, no one's actually messaged me, because most of the people that know me know it's nonsense. So they wouldn't waste their time messaging me. I mean, I normally speak to Barry Week, and Barry didn't message me to say, "Raw, what's happened?" Because he knows it's nonsense. He knows me. I ain't running from no team. So what's the worst that can happen? You can lose a game of football.
I think the best that can happen is to get this game on and done.
Yeah.
That's the best thing that can happen.
And it's going
to. And again, you've I think you kind of spoke about it I think it was one of your first statements, Ray, in terms of you can't believe there's so much interest about this game. But also as well, on the kind of flip side, this like must be good for the Beckenham Cup. This like must be good for the organizers of that as well.
And that's the thing. And sorry to cut you again, Tabriz, because just in case while the train's stationary, I want to try and get everything I need to say before it goes. One thing I did, I was watching some of the old videos back, and I watched when he called the Beckenham Cup a pathetic cup. And I just want to go on record and say I think that's one of the most disrespectful things I've heard in a long time. At the end of the day, the guy who organizes the cup, I don't always agree with him, and we had a little spat last season in regards to where the final was going to be. But one thing you can't do is disrespect the work the guy does. He works hard, and a large percentage of the money that he gets in from this tournament goes to charity. So you can't come on the show, whether it be on an internet show or online, and call the man's work pathetic. I just find that to be disrespectful. I don't care who you are. Show some respect to what the guy's doing. I mean, even with me, when I was dealing with this COVID business, he was responding to me at like midnight, 1 o'clock. So he's obviously doing a day's work and then doing this. That's not easy. So I think sometimes we get carried away, and I think maybe James will look back at that. I hope he looks back at that and actually feels a little bit embarrassed about saying that about the guy's competition. And I hope he's as quick to go on social media and apologize to him. Or maybe he's already done it privately. Maybe he's done it in a DM. I don't know. But I personally think he owes him an apology. He doesn't owe us an apology. But I think all the teams that go into that competition, whether it be lower league teams or Div 1 teams, they work hard and they get some success on the day. They enjoy the day. Why would you belittle that by calling it a pathetic cup? But then now you turn around and you're in the pathetic cup. You're in there. What are you in there for? Were you in there chasing us? Are we that important to you that you want to chase us? Each to their own, I suppose. But I just found that comment to be disrespectful. You want to banter us? Fine. But leave him out of it. Let the man's competition have some kind of a respect. It's a charity competition.
I just think also, Ray and Tabriz, I think we've got to be careful and remember, let's not lower ourselves all the time down. Let's remain how we've always been as a club, professional, Yeah, we don't lower our tone and our standards down. There's banter, like you said before, and then you can go beyond. We don't step over that boundary. We stay within the boundaries, which we've always done. Like I said, the youth record is second to none. Disciplinary, that sort of stuff. Let's not lower ourselves. It's a game of football. We must all remember it's a game of football. Vets football. So let's remain professional. Let's keep our standards, yeah? Let's remember it's a game of football and keep our standards. Let's not get dragged into what we could, because I can see certain people are getting dragged into it. Let's not get dragged into it. It's about winning a game of football, a cup, defending the cup, and we move on. That's not important. Our goal this season ain't charcoal. Yeah, we've got bigger goals than charcoal. So let's move on. I'm tired of all this charcoal. I'm tired of it. Let them put what they want to put up. Let's just move on. We know what our goal is for this season. Let's get to our goal, and let's make sure the players remember that as well. What we're trying to achieve.
100%. Every season we set out to do well in the league. That's
we know what our goal is. Our main goal is we know what that is. We know where we want to be. So let's stick with that. Let's not get distracted by it. Yeah. This is a distraction for me. It's too much of a distraction. Let's move on.
Cool. And regarding moving on,
to be fair, about one thing I will say.
Go on. Oh, it's paused. Oh, I think it's paused. I think it's frozen.
What was you saying to Bruce?
I just want to know when the match is going to be rescheduled.
That's Ray. You're gonna have to ask Ray.
Yeah, that's Ray. I mean,
I would say the mindset every week. They're like,
You're back, Ray.
Yeah, you're back.
No, I was saying the mindset of the squad is good. They're focused. The whole primary focus is to get into Div 1. That's the focus. And the cups have always been what I call the cherry on top of the cake. It's the niceties. It's the nice thing to have. But our focus is every week picking up as many points as we can to get promoted in the right way. Because at the end of the day, our job is, I believe in the proper way of doing things in football. And you get promoted, you go up. So when you hear people say, no, I'm not bothering with this, I'm not bothering with that, each to their own. But I'm happy with the way we've done things. COVID took a year off our plan, but we're in a good place. We're in a good place to go up the right way. So, yeah, we'll just take this game. Once it's played, whatever the result, we move on. Because it's the aim is to get promotion and be playing teams like them every single week.
Yeah. That's the...
Okay. Yeah. Simple as that. Okay.
Sorry, one other thing. This... And as you said, Barry, it's true. You've got to keep our standards at a certain level. Because one thing we're to our team. So when we do go up, hopefully we'll get a few more people coming in and saying, look, I want to join in. I want to play. I like the way you do things. I like the way you've gone about your business. Hopefully we'll get a couple more. And we ultimately bring some exposure to the youth section. Because that's the most important part of the club for me.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Tabrice was going to ask something, right?
No, I mean, I was going to ask, but there's no point. I was literally gonna ask if if the date has been rearranged, but I guess people will know, or people will
not yet.
When they do.
I thought it'd been this weekend. I thought they've gone straight into the following weekend.
Well, that's what I thought. Because Cup takes precedent over league games, so I thought it would be moved to next week. It hasn't as yet. It may still. I mean, I did see they've changed the referee for next week's game, so it may be. I mean, probably next week I'll probably send them an email and find out what kind of date they're thinking of, and take it from there.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Ray, for coming on to the show, and
my pleasure.
Get home safe.
I respect Ray, man. Safe journey home with the family, man.
Oh, yeah, thank you. And Tabriz,
Yep.
invite me on some more, man. Since it hurt their feelings, I'm coming back on. I've been missing out. I've had a break. I've had a refreshing break, and I'm ready to now start coming back and having my little saltbox moment.
All right. Okay. Hey, like, but again, I don't want to make this an independent show.
But it's not. It's Tabriz and supported by independent. It's not an independent show. We're just helping.
Oh dear. Oh gosh. Okay, cool. I mean, again, as I've kind of said before to every single person, this is an open book. Again, this is an open platform. So it is what it is. So yeah, honestly, yeah, you are literally. I will literally send you the link to the show. So whenever people want to come on, they can come on. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff. Ray, thank you so much. And yeah, as I said before, please get home safe.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, bless Ray.
Be blessed, man. We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk
later. Right.
Okay.
Wow, we've been on long. How long have we been on the show today?
It's gone on to we're like 2 hours 37 minutes. And I have one more guest that's supposed to be coming on, but I don't know if they can. Okay. All right. Okay. The person's just text me now. Sorry. And they want to come on next week. So yeah. So the person in question that's probably watching, is blatantly watching, right now. Yeah, 100%. We will kind of get you on next week. Again, yeah, we are kind of going on to 3 hours. And again, yeah, listen, I when I talk and literally I kind of definitely talk with my heart on my sleeve. And when I kind of look at stuff, and some like people think I'm very passive, or some like people think I don't really think or look at certain things. And I'm very patient and and like whatnot. But like when I kind of get triggered or angry, then you will like see it on my face, and and that message, yeah, 100%, triggered me. And and again, I kind of say this to everyone. And again, everyone's opinion on this show counts, right or wrong. However people look at it, it is what it is. Like people that have my telephone number can call me. My DMs are always open. I will actually have a conversation. But again, please don't come onto a show like this and start talking absolute nonsense. I was literally going to swear, but let me just relax myself. But no, I mean, Coach Barry, how did you enjoy the show today?
No, it was a brilliant show, man. You had 2 great guests on today, mate. Sain and Duberry, man. Fantastic guests, man.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Really good.
No, thank you.
Both got great energy, really good energy about them. The what I mean? Their charisma, everything, personalities. You can see they're going to still carry on doing much more they've got to offer. They've got loads to offer. Yeah. You have to get them back on the show. Like Sian, I know Sian from Wales. So you didn't know I knew earlier. I
didn't know. I mean, again, I've been kind of hearing about her for the past probably year and a bit, but I didn't actually physically meet her until last year when she was doing some presenting. And of course, when I started watching The Wall and she was part of the management team, I'm like,
I saw her when she first started to get into coaching. And I said, this girl is good. She's going to go far.
Oh, real.
And look, she's going up and up and up. She'll continue to go up.
Yeah, definitely. Nana, welcome back.
Yo, Nana.
Yeah, man. Good show, man. Good show.
Thank you very much.
Show.
We are kind of going on to 3 hours. So literally, let me just try and tell you guys the people that I've got on in the next couple of weeks. I'm just trying to sort a few things out. So I have Justin Prince, who is the managing director and marketing at South Tampa. and you know, he'll be kind of talking about the grassroots and the football scene in the States.
Okay.
So literally, that is going to be a very interesting conversation. And like, you know, and again, it's just trying to work out times because you know, because I know that they are 6 or 7 hours forward. So literally, that's kind of one thing that I'll be working out. Also as well, I don't have that picture. Crap. You know, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna put on the picture. Hold on, wait there. Let me just add this picture now. Let me take this one off, and then I have someone that I don't think you guys will actually know, but someone called Tom Watt. He's a actor, but if you guys don't know,
And the guy
Tom,
who went to every football ground.
I believe I
He
don't know.
went- Yeah, I think he went to every football ground.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that, but I mean, I don't know if people know that he was part of the team that literally created or kind of literally he was kind of part of the team that was part of the FIFA career feature. You know, one of like the biggest features on FIFA, the kind of career mode, the player mode. Tom was actually part of that. So literally Tom's going to be on the show, literally talking about how that came about, script writing for football journalists, etc. So literally that is going to be a very interesting chat. I've got John Salako coming onto the show. I'm going to try and get him on before Christmas. Again, Crystal Palace legend. Looking to get John on. So that's going to be a very interesting, conversation. And also as well, I want to try and make it as relative as possible. I'm actually talking to someone that literally runs a kind of financial, kind of like a kind of financial agency for footballers from kind of grassroots to the elite. And I'm like looking for him to kind of come on to kind of literally give tips and advice in terms of how grassroots players, players who are, even as young as 10, 11, 12 can actually save money to kind of, literally be a lot more financially secure when they're in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And again, I want to make it like a lot more practical, more kind of practical tips to kind of help as many people as possible, because like it's kind of all that good. And again, I literally enjoy hearing like people's stories and kind of talking about football. But again, let's kind of make it as practical as possible. Let's kind of help as many people as possible. So I've got that kind of happening as well. And yeah, just a lot more stuff. I am absolutely drained, absolutely tired, guys. Absolutely tired.
Same.
Oh, thank you guys for watching.
Can
Nana?
I say it was a really good show? I enjoyed it. I don't know how to put this politely, but the keyboard warriors just need to put up or shut up. Like, this show has always been open to everybody who wants to speak up and contribute. So it's easier to hide behind the screens and just type in something. If you have an opinion, just get on the show. Just DM him and just get on the show. It's as simple as that. But most importantly, let's keep this about football. Let's keep this. I hope at the end of the day, football wins, because this is what this is all about. And try and keep away from the personal side of things, because it gets ugly, and this is not what we want to portray for the kids out there. So let's keep it nice. Let's keep the banter going. Brilliant. But let's take the personal stuff out of it and let football prevail. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
100%. And Sean Paul has kind of come in and said to please talk about Division 3. Oh, you know what, Paul, Sean, whoever you are and what team you play for, come onto the show and literally talk about your team. Aztec were supposed to be on the show, but I'm not too sure why they didn't come on. And Aztec are in Division 5, I believe. This is again, yes, I kind of talk about for Division 1 and for Division 2 results. And again, I just want to say this as well as pure transparency. I can't do everything myself. Someone like does a bit of research for me regarding a lot of the Division 1 sides, and this person doesn't want to be mentioned, but again, thank you to this particular person. Again, he kind of breaks a lot of things down, because again, let's be honest, on a Saturday I'm playing for Independent, so how do I know how, I don't know how New Park plays, I don't know how Glebe plays. So literally when I'm kind of making these suggestions about who's I'm going to win, and then yes, I can kind of look at the league table and I can kind of look at stats, but I get help as well. So literally please do not literally please don't kind of get suckered into actually thinking I'm doing everything, because again, this person that kind of helps me with the Division 1 information, I want to shout out this person, but I can't. But hey, it's cool. I can't remember where, I don't know why I said that. I don't know what my channel for is. But yeah, come onto the show. Come onto the show. You are a Division 3 team. Come onto the show. This show is for everyone. Nana, thank you again. Nana's been there from the get-go. Coach Barry's been there from the get-go. And, and again, whoever said that comment about, it's an independent show, Nana plays for Catford. So literally, Nana's representing Caps.
Yeah, but our guests, to Breach, we've got guests from everywhere.
Got guests from everywhere.
Everywhere. Every division, everything to do with football, we've got guests coming on.
100%.
It's a nonsense. Don't.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of easily triggered, just like Nana when he's hungry. So. Oh, guys, honestly, thank you so much for watching. Next week's show again, same time, 8 o'clock. Watch out on social media. I'll literally put out who's going to be on the show with times and whatnot. Please like and subscribe. Please click that like button, because again, it kind of helps me. It kind of helps the show to kind of reach I'd say kind of wider audience. Yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. My name's Tabrice. I am, you know what, Nana, I don't know if you heard, I've kind of changed my intro now. I'm not the best grassroots footballer, I'm kind of in the mix of one of the
whatever makes you sleep at night, mate.
Thank you, Nana. Guys, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys.
Thank you, everyone. God bless.
Nice one. Bless up.